alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
Welcome back to the Bad Movie Cult, everybody. My name is Dominic Lawton. I am with Mr. KBW, Can Be Wild.
Hello.
Picture this, Ken, if you can.
Go on.
It's the year 1989.
Mm-hmm.
Director Rowdy Herrington is making a film.
Oh yeah, what a great name.
He wants Patrick Swayze in it.
Perfect.
Almost as perfect as Patrick Swayze's hair in this film.
It's absolutely beautiful. Can only mean one thing. That's given a massive clue.
It means, Ken, we're heading to the Roadhouse.
Yeah!
Gonna have a real good time.
Oh yes.
Patrick Swayze is
Dalton.
I thought you'd be bigger.
Opinions vary.
When he's around, anything can happen,
How does a guy like you end up a bouncer?
Just lucky, I guess.
and usually does.
If somebody gets in your face, I want you to be nice.
Don't be rude.
Ask him to walk, but be nice.
Help this gentleman to the door.
Until it's time to not be nice.
So says the fighting philosopher.
He may be hard to handle,
I keep talking, you're gonna go off thinking I'm a nice guy.
I know you're not a nice guy.
but he's easy to like.
What's the matter, Dalton? Don't you like women?
Worst I ever had was wonderful.
He's not what you'd expect,
I thought you'd be bigger.
but there's one thing you can count on. He's the best friend a good time ever had.
You guys tired?
Doc, I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead. This is my town.
I'm not afraid of him.
I guess you'll be having that fire sale now, all right? You got your hands full, kid.
I just think I'm looking at a dead man.
Patrick Swayze,
For that line of work, I thought you'd be bigger.
Gee, I've never heard that before.
Roadhouse.
So this has an IMDb rating of 6.6 out of 10.
Nice.
Rotten Tomatoes, 37%.
That's rubbish.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Metacritic, 36 out of 100.
Rubbish. That's the same as the percent, isn't it? That?
Yeah.
It's just a different way. Okay.
Yeah. I guess that shows that it's the fans, isn't it, that love this film. Not
Exactly.
necessarily
Of
the
course it
critics.
is. Bloody critics sitting watching this. What for? The artistic merit
Well,
of bar fighting.
possibly. We've got Pat Swayze. He's in it. He plays Dalton.
He's a fantastic character, isn't he?
We've got Kelly Lynch as Dr. Elizabeth Doc Clay.
Yeah, which everyone just calls her Doc, even Patrick.
Yeah. Yeah, very...
Dalton, sorry, we'll go characters. Yeah, Dalton and Doc. Dalton and Doc.
You got Ben Gazzara as Brad Wesley.
Yeah, superb in this as well.
And Sam Elliott as Wade Garrett. It's
Yeah.
the first time he's on the podcast, Sam Elliott.
You just keep going through these. You just think, what fantastic characters these are.
Mm-hmm.
Great names as well.
Many of the character names are taken from infamous or famous Wild West personalities,
Ooh.
according to IMDb.
Is that Doc then? Doc Holliday?
Yes.
Oh.
Wade
It's
Garrett.
not because she's a doctor then.
Well,
That's
also
just a
that.
coincidence. She's actually a gunfighter.
Wade Garrett shares his surname with Pat Garrett, the sheriff who shot and killed Billy the Kid.
Sam Elliott was, of course, in Tombstone, which dealt with...
Cowboys.
yes.
Who dealt with Wyatt Earp.
Yeah, but Doc Holliday was in that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry.
Brad Wesley, the main villain in the film, is named after John Wesley Harding, one of the most notorious cold-blooded killers in the Wild West.
I thought so. Not Wesley like Snipes.
No.
No.
John Wesley Harding once killed a man through the wall of his... he was staying in a saloon and shot through the wall to kill a man who was snoring in the room next to him.
There's less energy in it than just banging on the wall,
Yeah.
waking him up.
As you said, Kelly Lynch's character named after Doc Holliday, but Dalton is actually named after a town in Georgia The screenwriter Lance Hill passed through and stopped at the local bar. He found its bar and patrons, so it left such an impression on him that he named the character Dalton in its honour.
Wow, that is an honour, isn't it?
I imagine it's like, you know, that video on social media of that bar where there's like a woman dancing and then there's like a dwarf that walks through.
Yeah.
It's that bar.
Yeah, that has left an impression on me, that one. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Patrick Swayze considers Roadhouse to be a modern-day Western, with Dalton being the gunfighter for hire and Brad Wesley being the local bully.
I think that's actually, yeah, okay. I'll give him that one.
You like that one?
Yeah, why not?
FYI as well, Ken, Swayze had both of his groins insured.
Pardon?
Both of them.
Both of them?
Both sides of his of his dick insured.
Really?
For $3 million. Such was the importance to the plot.
Yeah, it's certainly important to the doc.
Listen to this anecdote. Yeah, listen to this anecdote, Ken. You'll like this one.
Okay.
Towards the end of filming, production was briefly stopped when Patrick felt what he thought was muscle tightness.
Mm-hmm.
But the medic discovered Swayze had accidentally put on 2 pairs of underwear that day.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
This was announced to have a remake.
What?
In September 2015. Do you know who's going to star?
No.
Ronda Rousey.
What?
But after a November fight lost to Holly Holm, all movie plans were scrapped.
Good.
Not happy with that.
No, didn't like it at all.
We actually pitched a film where she was a sort of bar brawling.
I think we did, yeah. I think she was called Meat.
Yes. I believe it's Karen Meat, wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
I got a plot for you, Ken.
Go for it.
A tough bouncer is hired to tame a dirty bar.
Dirty bar?
That's what it said.
A dirty bear.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there is one at the end there.
Going to tame a dirty bear. That'd have been a good film, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Patrick Swayze trying to tame a dirty bear. Just washing it for an hour and a half. Yeah. Yeah, he'd probably still watched it, wouldn't they? Back in the 80s.
I would have.
It's in his heyday, wasn't it?
Got some keywords for you.
Yes, I do like these.
Mullet haircut.
Superb hair, should I say.
Yeah.
Show some respect to this hair.
Exploitation.
Nice.
Machismo.
Very much machismo.
Bar brawl.
Many.
Martial arts.
Some.
Thrown through window.
Yes.
Shoe knife. Not to be confused with his brother Shoe Boogie.
We did 7 digits.
Berry face.
What?
I don't know. Berry face.
Berry as in like a food? A fruit. Not Seagal in Out for Justice wearing a beret.
No.
We call him Beret Face.
He's just got it on his face. I don't know what berry face means.
Not a clue.
Gay subtext.
What? Okay.
Kissing on the mouth.
Ooh, a bit rude.
Male nudity.
Yes, that's Patrick for you.
Female nudity.
Not enough for my liking, but carry on.
Implied sex.
Yes, I did.
Sex on a first date.
Not tonight.
Sex in a bed.
Once.
Sex at work.
Many times.
Sex up against a wall.
Yeah.
Sex standing up.
Yeah.
And the last one, rear entry sex.
Ooh, save the best for last. These are key words, are they?
Yeah. Those are just the top
it's like
ones.
a 3-minute scene in an hour and a half. The film's on for, what is it?
2 hours.
Yeah,
just
it's
under 2 hours.
nearly 2 hours. 1 hour 50, is it? Or
Something like that.
Yeah, so for 3 minutes, everyone's just there going, has he got any rear entry sex in it?
My God, he's rear entry sexing her.
So what it says on the DVD?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, contains violence, blood, bad language, and rear entry sex.
I'll tell you what is on the DVD. I got some taglines.
Okay, yes. Is that part of it? No?
No.
Good.
Dalton's the best bouncer in the business.
Mm-hmm.
His nights are filled with fast action, hot music, and rear entry sex. No. And beautiful women. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
Yes. It's a classic line, that.
Got another one for you?
Oh, really? Was that not all of them all together?
No.
Jesus Christ.
The dancing's over, now it gets dirty.
Okay.
In a reference to Dirty Dancing that came out the year before.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
That's weird, isn't it? Having a reference to another film he was in.
Yeah. Okay, it's weird. Anyway, carry on.
It's like in Scrooged, having Guess Who You Gonna Call.
Yeah, Bill Murray.
Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah. And my favourite one, Dalton lives like a loner, fights like a professional, and loves like there's no tomorrow. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't even know. I'm trying to think about what that would be like.
Loves like there's no tomorrow. Fuck me.
Oh, dear. Well, I think that sums up Patrick Swayze back in the 80s.
Absolutely does.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So let's see what he's up to. Let's dive in. The story opens at a bar. It's called The Bandstand. Location unknown.
Yes, that's right.
I said it looks a bit like the Coco Bongo Club from The Mask. I thought you could just see Jim Carrey getting thrown out of it just at the beginning there as we zoom in as the credits roll. We get a beautiful 80s Ferrari pull up.
It's a Testarossa, isn't it?
Yeah.
One?
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
I used to have a poster of it on my wall.
Yeah.
Before I upgraded to women in their lingerie.
I had a Ferrari and its lingerie.
I had that and the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Is it a Countach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had one of those. I think it was a red Ferrari Testarossa, as they all are.
And yellow.
And, I think it was white.
Mm.
I do remember the yellow one, I think.
Yeah.
I saw that. But,
the white one's classic,
yeah,
isn't it? Miami
yeah.
Vice style.
Yeah, I had the white one with one of the doors up.
Oh, yeah, Jim Morrison.
Yeah. More a bit of that, Roadhouse.
Yeah. Limo pulls up. We get a tall gentleman stepping out of it. And he shows the bouncer a business card and they let him through. He's obviously a man of substance. We go inside. It's real lively. It's hopping. It's hip. It's everyone's clicking their fingers and dancing around the place.
Well, it was the 80s.
Got lots of customers drinking, dancing. We got a band playing, a bit of blues. There's a lot of that in the film.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just talking, aren't they? There's like money changing hands. There's cash. There's gold plastic. There's, it's just money spinners in town.
Someone actually says that when they put the card
down.
Don't
They tell us it was gold plastic.
Yeah. And nearby is a man, and that man has beautiful hair.
And he's doing a very odd thing with his head to the music.
Yeah, he's
like people
shaking
nod,
from side to side.
The people like nod their head, sort of like in a head banging reference to the music. He's doing it backwards.
His head's just lolling backwards.
No, but he's lifting his head to the beat. Yeah. Which I tried to do it, and it's really difficult to do it in time. And I thought, what's he doing that for?
That's what got him the job.
Is it? Because he's different.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell it's him.
Yeah.
No, honestly, he is. He's moving his head backwards, upwards to the music instead of downwards like everyone else in the world.
Yeah.
Just weird. Struck me as odd.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant to the rest of the film, but it's just a weird way to introduce it.
You should be thankful it didn't strike you full stop. Beautiful hair, the tiny eyes of a shrew. It's obviously Dalton. It's Patrick Swayze.
It is. It's Patrick.
He's the head bouncer, or cooler.
Yeah. I send you to the cooler.
And he's watching the crowd. He's watching the bouncers. We get a woman who stabs a $100 bill to the table.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. To be honest, a lot of the fights that break out in this film are started by meaningless and ridiculous behaviour.
Yeah.
It's like, well, of course there'll be a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what she's doing, but yeah, she got a knife.
Stabs it to the table. The guy just kicks her off her chair. She falls backwards off it.
Which I enjoyed his reaction. Yeah. He kicks the chair. He doesn't actually just boot her to the floor. He kicks her chair backwards.
We get a fight breaking out involving, there's two guys, I think, who are just shouting at this woman, and then three bouncers come over. Pat Swayze, he steps in. Dalton, we'll call him Dalton from now on.
We have to.
Speaks to the guy who starts the brawl and tells him that they need to leave. The customer apologises and says, oh, no, we'll behave. And as Dalton's back's turned, the customer grabs the knife that was still attached to the table, slashes his arm.
Yeah. Could have killed him if he wanted to. His back was turned.
Would have been a short film.
Rest of the film, he recuperates in hospital, gets his strength back, and then has to go and tame a dirty bear that's near the hospital.
But Dalton, when he's stabbed, he doesn't care. He just has a little glance.
Just angry about it, really.
And he says, and the customer says, "I want to fight you, you son of a bitch."
Yeah, I always fancied my chances against you, which a lot of people do. For some reason, don't they?
Yeah.
Which again is like the West, isn't it? I guess
It's
one of those, isn't it, where you just go and try and find the best gunslinger, prove yourself.
Yeah, like in any Western, when the lone man walks into the saloon.
Right, but I'm going to fight this guy right now.
And the first thing he does is punch out the biggest guy in the saloon.
Yeah, and everyone else is like, okay.
Yeah, except the local bad guy is like, we're going to kill this guy.
Yeah, right, we've got no reason to, but let's just kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. So in that case, this is a Western, you're quite right.
Dalton tells him outside. They go out, the two guys, they're ready to fight Dalton. Dalton smiles and just walks back in the club and then gets his bodyguards to block them from coming back in.
Yep, it's the rest of the bouncing team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Classic way to diffuse that situation, you see.
Yeah,
they can't do any more trouble. They can't cause any more issue inside. Nice one. Well done.
That's why he's a cooler. A cooler is a specialised version of a bouncer who looks to diffuse situations.
He looks after the bouncers, doesn't he?
Yeah. And looks to resolve stuff with no fighting rather than, resort to fighting like they do at the Roadhouse later. Anyway, back inside the club, you got the big guy from the limo. He's watching him and introduces himself to Dalton.
Whilst he's shirtless. He's a lot of time, isn't he, without a shirt on?
Dalton is, yeah. Not this old man.
This old guy's just stood in the office. Just greasing himself up. No, he's not. No, it's Patrick Swayze, of course, shirtless. This is the first time he's shirtless. He barely bothers to put a shirt on for the rest of the film. He's cleaning his wound.
Yeah, he's cleaning his gash.
Yeah. That's why he's took his shirt off. It's a mess down there.
He's applying first aid to himself. He's stitching his own gash up.
Yeah, he is. He's talented, isn't he?
Yeah. The big guy's name is Frank Tillman.
And what's he there for? What does he want?
He wants to hire Dalton to help him clean up a new bar that he's just bought in Kansas City.
Yep, just outside of Kansas. He says he wants the best. So he tells him that Wade Garrett, he's the best.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because on in one of the taglines, he said Dalton is the best. He's not. Even he says he's not. He's only 5 minutes into the film.
Yeah. Well, he said Wade Garrett's getting old. And he's like,
still the best.
And then Tillman looks him in the eyes and says, "I want you." See, gay subtext, Ken.
Oh, is that it then? Is that the whole gay subtext?
Also, just Swayze's arse just jiggling about all fucking film.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Dalton tells him that he'll work for him, but he wants, listen to this.
Yeah, this is incredible demands.
For the 80s, he wants $5,000 up front, £500 a night, or $500. All medical expenses paid, and he gets to run the whole fucking bar completely top to bottom.
Yep.
And then when the bar's cleaned up, hits the fucking road.
Yeah. Well, someone can live with that. As he says, I can live with that. See?
Offers Dalton a plane ticket, and Dalton says, "Oh no, that's too dangerous."
Yeah, it's a little joke there.
Yeah, he ain't flying, he's driving.
I ain't flying in no plane, fool, he says.
The owner of the bandstand comes in, he tells the owner that he's leaving, and Tillman looks Dalton up and down.
Gay subtext.
Has a little glance at his
gash.
His gash, yes. And says, "I thought you would have been bigger," then leaves. It's a running joke through the film.
It is, yeah. It's never really that funny, to be honest.
Yeah. Dalton, he goes to the local parking garage. He's driving an old banger there and tosses the keys to the attendant. Tells the old man to keep the car if he wants it.
It's not the attendant. It's some homeless guy. That's the point. He actually says, "I ain't no valet." That's his voice, you see.
Pat. That's Swayze.
That's really... No, that's not Dalton's voice. No, it's the old guy.
I think that guy was in Weird Science.
Really? The old guy?
Yeah, you know when they go to the bar?
I can't remember Weird Science.
No.
I can't remember Old Science. No, I can't remember it. Honestly, I can't remember any of that film. So much so that I struggle to even confirm if I've seen it. That's how little I can remember watching it.
Well, BMC listeners, he looks to me like the guy that says "In the Family Jewels" to Gary when they're in the bar drunk.
Does he say like this? In the family jewels.
Yes.
Well, maybe it is him then.
Yeah, or Bob Dylan. That could have been.
Must be Santa.
He goes in the garage, Dalton. He takes the cover off his real car. He's got a Mercedes.
Very nice.
Drives out of town. And some quick trivia for you, Ken.
Yep.
The garage where Dalton gets his Mercedes from is the same one Eddie Murphy gets his Porsche from in 48 hours.
Wow, that's incredible.
Trivia.
Yeah. If he's getting $500 a night, yeah, and even if they're only open, like, what, weekends? Friday, Saturday? They just do that. That's 52 grand a year he's getting.
Yeah.
And
this
what if they
place
open in the middle of the week as well?
Yeah, I mean, this place is definitely open in the middle of the week, isn't it?
Jesus Christ. And he owns it, pretty much.
Yeah.
He's allowed to do whatever he wants.
And it's like bikers and shit. That like, how much is Tillman making from this place?
But Jesus Christ, a lot of money just to agree to, isn't it? $500 a night.
Mm.
Anyway, yeah, he's not even there yet.
No. He arrives in Jasper, Missouri.
He puts a cassette on, doesn't he?
He does,
As soon as he
yeah.
gets into his
Nice.
Mercedes, he slides a cassette into the tape deck.
Yeah.
One for the kids.
He goes to Tillman's nightclub, which is called the Double Deuce.
Yeah, nice.
Before he enters the place, he sees the biker gang from Terminator 2. They're just standing outside
Yeah,
there.
they're just shouting at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because he's new into town, so they just shout at him. Call him Fancy Boy or some rubbish.
They call him Fancy Dan.
Fine and dandy. Yeah, he just looks at him, and they do nothing else about it.
No.
Which is unusual, because I assumed that it was going to be a first fight
Yeah.
at the new place. They were going to go like, "Look at him, he's not even reacted to us shouting abuse. Let's go and beat him up then."
They probably learned their lesson from when Arnie turned up naked.
Yeah, thankfully at this point Dalton is not naked.
No.
He saves that for later on, for rear entry sex.
We get a guy getting thrown out the doors by a massive bouncer called Morgan.
Yeah, it's Terry Funk.
Big Terry.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was watching it thinking, it looks like Terry Funk, that guy.
Yeah.
And it is him, yeah.
Yeah. Calls the guy a peckerhead when he throws him out.
This film's got some fantastic insults.
Super.
Yeah, brilliant
I
insults.
was messaging them to you.
Yeah, I thought he was just in a bad mood. But then I thought, from the 80s.
Yeah. We got two guys, as Dalton walks in, there's two guys that's fighting over a pool game. And we got a bouncer called Steve who's chatting up the ladies. He's sitting down.
Not even interested, is he, Steve?
No, and there's a young bouncer with blonde hair who, I don't know if he ever gets a name check.
I don't know. He sticks around, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Steve, the guy who plays Steve, was in Martial Outlaw with Jeff Wincott.
Nice.
There's two brothers on the opposite sides of the law.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It was he was the cop, the dirty cop.
Mm.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
I've not seen him in much else, but we're just watching this again. I thought, because I watched Martial Outlaw not long ago, and I just thought, that's bloody him.
Mm.
God, he must have, after he got sacked from the force.
Yeah. He's at the Roadhouse.
Yeah, chatting up the ladies.
Yeah, well, the young blonde bouncer, he sees this happening, he goes over and tells Steve. Steve looks over and gives us a title of an old Ken B. Wilde film. He says, "Fuck them, they're brothers."
Yeah, good film, actually.
Yeah.
You can still find it out there.
Yeah. Homoerotic.
Very much so.
Just Ken and 17 black men.
Yeah, let me tell you something, brother.
Again, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. He turns up in the middle.
Oh. He wouldn't be very happy with that, would he, Hulk Hogan?
He wasn't happy at all.
Anyway, Dalton stands by the bar. He's waiting for Tillman to arrive. He's just scoping the place out, getting a feel for it.
Of course he is. That's what I used to do when I wasn't drinking in pubs.
We got a woman in a tight white dress, big blonde hair, very 80s looking.
Yep.
She heads to the bar, orders a vodka rocks, gives a little smile to Dalton.
She's actually got the same hair as Patrick Swayze. just blonder. Yeah. I'll tell you what, he must be spending all that money on. Hairspray.
Yeah.
There's an enormous amount of hairspray in this film. So much. It's honestly, it must be half the budget was just on hairspray in this.
Well, yeah, one of the coordinators actually said that he wasn't sure if it was him or Kelly Lynch who used more hairspray in this film.
I think it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, although she does have a little something about Mary attempt later on, doesn't she? Where it does look like she got her calm down, love.
Yeah. If you've seen Dodgeball as well, that's where they got the hair from for Ben Stiller's character.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, spot on. Lovely, lovely hair.
Yeah. We got some drunk fuck. He's standing up next to the bar. He sort of calls out. He thinks, I know how to impress this woman here.
Mm-hmm.
He calls out to her. He says, "Hey, vodka rocks. What do you say you and me get nipple to nipple?"
Yeah, it's an impressive line, isn't it? What is it? I mean, how much of that alcohol do you think, I reckon she'll go for this? And then use that line as well.
She says, "I can do that without you," and looks at her own tits.
Can she? I don't know how it works, tits.
Just round the back.
And then she would just like press against the mirror.
Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's the sort of flexibility they've got. Pliable? Pliable? It's not plasticine.
Well, the actress who played Denise, email us in if you're listening.
Julie Michaels.
Julie Michaels, email us in, let us know.
Yeah.
badmoviecult@gmail.com. That drunk guy, when she tells him no, he grabs her, but luckily Terry Funk steps in and just fucks him up.
Yeah, just throws him, just smashes him through a table. Yeah, that's what he does. Thankfully, he didn't get his bloody barbed wire plank of wood out and start smacking him with it.
Yeah, I tell you what, the guy who's making tables in this town must be laughing because they go through some tables in this. Let me tell you, they
certainly do. Yeah,
and he actually points to Dalton after he throws the guy out. He says, "If you're not drinking, then you're out of here too." And one of the waitresses, Carrie Ann, she turns up to the bar and she asks Dalton who he is.
You got a name?
Yeah?
Well, what is it?
Dalton.
Oh my God. Shit, I heard of you.
Mary Ann, what are you waiting for? Christmas? Move!
Oh, shut up. I'm calling Jesus Christ.
yeah. I think she actually says, "I thought you'd be bigger."
Yeah, probably.
I think she throws that one in as well, just so we keep that joke alive.
The bartender is called Pat. He starts banging on the bar for service because she's too busy shooting the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And on her tray when she leaves is two of the worst poured pints in cinema history.
It looks bloody horrible.
Oh my God.
That.
One is half full of just the
It's
head.
just like a bubble bath, isn't it? It's just like foam.
Matey.
Yeah, looks horrible. But anyway, yeah. If he was maybe less interested in what she's doing and concentrates on pouring those drinks properly, wouldn't be a problem, would it?
No, imagine paying money for a pint and getting that. No wonder there's fights all the time in this place. Bloody Pat. There's a little bit more trivia for you, Ken. Carved on the post that Dalton's leaning on, it says Buddy's Corner.
Okay.
Buddy was Patrick Swayze's nickname.
When?
Buddy Swayze.
When?
That was just what people called him. His mates called him Buddy.
Well, that's means mate, isn't it? It means friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe why? Because maybe you didn't like being called Patrick.
Yeah. Or Pat. Or Patty.
Patty Cake.
Yeah.
Maybe that you didn't enjoy being called
Patty
that.
Cake Swayze, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they called him back in the day.
Yeah. Got a tough crowd at the bar. They're throwing bottles at a blind person.
Yeah, he doesn't know, does he?
It's the lead singer of the house band that's playing.
Who is it?
Cody, his name is.
Yeah, it's Jeff Healey.
Jeff Healey band
it's
is
bloody Jeff Healey,
yeah.
of all people. What's he doing there?
Yeah, actually blind in real life, blind from birth, learned how to play the guitar. He plays it in a sort of slide
guitar,
guitar, doesn't he? Yeah. It's good.
I think I'd be able to play the guitar more if I played it slide.
As if you were blind. So I'm not sure, Ken. I'm not sure.
Yeah, probably. I'll give them both a go.
Yeah.
If I can't play it just slide, I'll blind myself and see how I get on.
Yeah, really badly as it turns out.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah, he wants to go and drain the main vein, as he calls it.
He does, yeah.
And they're not happy with it. Some guy gets up and just throws a bottle in his face. Luckily, the chicken wire saves him.
You're paid to play. Play.
Yeah, he walks behind the wire fence and he shushes the bandmates and saying hello to them. And with that, Ken, we get the backstory that they must know each other without having to be told it, which I like. I like that sort of shit in films.
Good. Yeah, we don't know how.
They have to be told.
We don't know how they know each other, probably from a previous bar that he's worked in.
Exactly. We don't need to be told. We can just make that assumption. It's just not like Pat turns to the waitress like, hey, I know that guy. He's blind and I used to work with him. It's like, no one gives a fuck.
No.
I like it. He hands him a towel anyway. And he says, you played pretty good for a blind white boy.
Yeah.
And he's like, is that Steven Seagal?
Some sick shit up in here, alligator.
And he says, yeah, and I thought you'd be bigger.
And then they have a bit of a laugh and a hug.
Yeah, and Patrick throws him through a table. You never fucking talk to me like that again.
No, he does not, no.
Oh, sorry.
No, he's the good guy, remember.
Oh, yeah. They laugh and hug, they shoot the shit. Lead singer tells us how badass this bar is.
Dalton, how you doing there? Good to see you.
Same here, man.
Oh, the boys and I heard you were coming into town. Man, this toilet is worse than the one that we worked in Dayton.
Really?
Oh, man, it's a mean scene around here, man. Blood on the floor in this joint every night.
Hey, Hank, you know who that is?
Who?
Dalton!
As this is going on, there's Carrie Ann going around the bouncers telling them all who he is, and they all know him.
Yeah, that's Dalton. That's Dalton.
There's rumour and hearsay getting spread about Dalton, that he killed a man by tearing out his throat with his bare hands.
Oh my God.
Bare hands. Going back to the bare hands.
Yes, dirty bare hands.
Pat, the bartender, he asks Dalton what his name is. Dalton replies, Coffee Black. So he calls him that for the rest of the film. Dalton, he's just watching the club again. He's seen there's several of the staff, they're unsuited to the job. We got dealing drugs from a waitress. You've got Steve, the bouncer. He's too busy messing around with the female customers.
The clientele.
He's too busy doing that to care about actually doing his job. Got some massive guy. He offers two blokes to kiss his girlfriend's tits for $20 each.
Which is not... Oh, 10 each, actually. It's
Is it 10 per tit?
10 per tit.
Yeah.
10 per tit.
The guy opposite to is way more excited than any teenage boy would be.
He's about a 30-year-old bloke.
Yeah, he's like, what? Really? He's feeling her up and he's moaning. Oh, my days.
Yeah, it's great, though. This actually really makes me laugh. It always did. When I watched this the first time, I used to be like, this guy's brilliant. He's just like that. He's just like fondling her tits.
I swear he says woohoo at one point.
Yeah. He says, well, aren't you going to kiss him? He's like, I can.
Yeah, he's laughing, isn't he?
He's like, why not? He says, I haven't got $20. Yeah, there's a massive fight, the likes of which haven't been seen since black and white westerns.
Yeah, he backhands him through a table, doesn't he?
Everybody just smashes each other to pieces now. It's just a massive brawl.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, you got like chairs broken over people's heads.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Glasses smashing, bottles being thrown. More tables than they even had. Being broken. People have brought their own tables just to break them.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You've got Morgan as well, Terry Funk. He's beating up a load of them. He seems to be enjoying it more than he should, really.
Yeah,
that's his first reaction is to just beat people up, Morgan. And Swayze, he just takes his coffee and just walks casually through the whole brawl.
Because Tillman sees him, doesn't he? He sees him down there, beckons him up. But he just walks casually past everybody being beaten up. There's a bloke who's just sitting at the bar laughing about all of it. Yeah. Until he gets a bottle smashed on his head by some woman who's just needlessly throwing beer bottles at nothing.
Even the Carrie Ann, she starts smashing people over the head with a tray.
She does, yeah. And that bloke's been thrown at her. It's not like he's running at her to fight her. Yeah, he's been thrown at her. He stands up and she just smashes him over the head. Denise, she's there. She's trying to get a nipple to nipple with herself. In the background.
After the bar closes, we see that Steve, the bouncer, he's got a black eye. He's getting some ice off Pat. Morgan, he's propping up the bar, and Dalton walks past and he says, how'd you like to tell us what the fuck's going on? You going to help us out or not?
Mm.
And Dalton says, I'll let you know. And then Morgan turns and says, I heard you had balls big enough to come in a dumpster truck, but you don't look like much to me.
Wow.
And then Dalton, just as like opinions vary.
Yeah. He's a philosopher.
Yeah, and then just looks up into the distance.
Everyone's like, yeah.
They follow his gaze.
Yeah, he's right.
He says bye to Cody, the lead singer, and who's surrounded by ladies.
Yep.
And leaves.
Not that he knows.
And leaves for the night. Morgan goes over and speaks to Cody, asking him what Dalton's story is. And this is where we get the
background.
He says, story is, you fuck with him, and you'll seal your fate.
Nice.
And then Terry Funk says, so far he hasn't shown me shit.
Which is one of the things he wants to be shown.
Yeah.
He does want to be shown shit.
Next scene is Dalton. He's going to a used car lot. He buys another old banger.
Yep. It's all part of the job.
And stops at a junkyard, buys some mounted tyres, throws them in the back of his trunk. And you're thinking, what the hell's he going to do with those?
Yeah. What's his deal?
Qu'est-ce que le diff?
Exactly.
Goes to a nearby farm owned by an old man named Emmett.
Yep. He's, Emmett's got horses. He's got a ranch. He's got a room to rent.
He's got a neighbour with a helicopter. He rents a loft apartment out. This apartment is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and do you know how much he wants? $100 a month.
Yeah, he says, can you afford that?
That's ridiculous. You live there for half a year just on one night's work. Stupid amount. Come on, Emmett. Sort out your house prices.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that only happens in films where you get this kind of place. If you'd have gone to this, if you went to a farm and this guy owned it and he showed you it, there'd be sort of body parts of women hanging up. Like a little like a human skin lampshade, probably.
Yeah, it looks lovely though, doesn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's got over a lake, got a lakeside view and everything. Big mansion over the other side of the lake, which comes in very, very important later on.
Emmett says we're having trouble renting it out because it smells a bit and there's no air conditioning. And while he's talking to Emmett about the rent, we get a helicopter who flies across the lake next to Emmett's house, scares his horses.
Yep.
Emmett moans about it.
And in this chopper is one of the best bad guys of any 80s film. He's just a real nasty bastard. And he's called Brad Wesley. And he is. He's doing it on purpose. As Emmett suggested, he is doing it on purpose just to piss Emmett off and scare his horses.
He's dressed like the man from Del Monte.
He is all the way through, isn't he? Yeah, he looks brilliant. I actually looked him up to see if he was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, because I thought he looked a bit like him as well.
He does,
it's not him, no. It's Ben Gazzara.
Yeah.
He's horrible in this film. He's just, everything he does, you just think, what a prick. Yeah, love him in this. Anyway, yeah, he is just doing this just to piss him off, which is what he does in everything in this film, just to piss people off. Yeah, even if it doesn't gain him anything, he just does it because it annoys other people.
It's because he's got money and he owns the town, so why the fuck wouldn't he?
Yeah, I like him anyway. Yeah, that's our first introduction. It's only brief, but you immediately think, prick. Anyway, onwards.
He says to Dalton, you like horses, dear? Dalton philosophically says, if they like me. And then Emmett says...
Yeah, that's the best way to be with horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. If a horse doesn't like you, what's the point?
Exactly.
You'd just be wasting your time, wouldn't you?
Emmett asks him if he's going to steal them, and he says, no, sir. And then Emmett says, calling me sir is like putting an elevator in an outhouse. You don't belong.
Yeah. Some wise words there from Emmett.
Yeah. And then Dalton also says, I'm Dalton. And handshake. And he'll take the place. $100 a month.
Woohoo! $100 a month. Jesus Christ.
This is a new Double Deuce. I put a lot of money and time into this. And to protect my investment, I've hired the best damn cooler in the business. From now on, he's in charge of all the bar business. What he says goes.
Dalton and Tillman, they're holding an employee meeting just before the club opens.
It's great, actually, because Tillman's there doing the talking, and Dalton's just stood with his foot up on a step, smoking, looking nothing.
Yeah.
Whilst he's being introduced. His hair as well. Oh, it's incredible. Honestly, it really is brilliant.
Tillman, he announces that he's going to renovate the bar. He's going to put a lot of money into the renovation, and that Dalton is now in charge of the management.
As you said, how much money has he come into this? It's an incredible amount of money. But, yeah, I thought he was going to start dancing at this point, Dalton. When he just introduces him, he's got his cigarette on. Thought he was going to take it out, flick the cigarette away, and just start. Just do a little bit of a dance.
Just flicks a cigarette and you hear Cody. Ah!
My eyes!
Not again! Yeah, he announces that he's taken over the management and he introduces him as the best damn cooler in the business.
Yeah.
And he says what he says goes. And Dalton immediately fires Terry Funk. Tillman's like, oh shit. He tells him he doesn't have the right temperament for the job and get the fuck out of here. And Morgan, he threatens him and then walks out. He also fires the waitress who was dealing drugs.
Yep, quite right. Off she goes.
He says it's his way or the highway.
Classic.
Anyone wants to walk, they do it right now. No one does. He's immediately got the respect of the bar.
Quite right, too.
All right. People who really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse.
That's true.
Also true, yes.
Yeah, it's very rare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, where do you want to go tonight? I don't know, slaughterhouse. You betcha.
Does
Pick
sound
you
like,
up at 7.
Does sound like a rock bar, doesn't it? The slaughterhouse.
Yeah, I suppose it could be quite good.
We've got entirely too many troublemakers here. Too many 40-year-old adolescents, felons, power drinkers, and trustees of modern chemistry. It's going to change.
Man, that sure sounds good. But a lot of the guys who come in here, we can't handle one-on-one. Even two-on-one.
Don't worry about it. All you have to do is follow 3 simple rules.
He then lays out the rules.
He's only got 3, hasn't he?
Yeah.
1, never underestimate your opponent. Expect the unexpected.
He then roundhouse kicks Cody through a table.
He doesn't even know why he's there.
Yeah, why is he there?
He's a fucking guitarist.
He's actually there, though,
What's
isn't
he doing in the meeting?
He's facing the other way from everyone.
2, take it outside. Never start anything inside the bar unless it's absolutely necessary.
Every single fight in this film is in the bar.
That's true.
And 3, be nice. If somebody gets in your face and calls you a cocksucker, I want you to be nice. Ask him to walk, but be nice. If he won't walk, walk him, but be nice. If you can't walk him, one of the others will help you, and you'll both be nice. I want you to remember that it's a job. It's nothing personal.
Uh-huh. Being called a cocksucker isn't personal?
Steve and his mullet pipe up. He says...
mullet pipe?
One of our old band names.
Yeah, I'm getting that in for the pitch. Yep, yeah, what does he say?
Steve says what being called a cocksucker isn't personal. And then...
He throws in his two nouns, doesn't he?
It's 2 nouns combined to elicit a prescribed response.
He's an intelligent man.
Yeah.
He's reading a book at some point in this film. That's how intelligent he is. Imagine that, a man reading a book.
It's unheard of in the 80s.
He's a genius. I don't think he's got a shirt on while he's doing it, obviously.
No, or a book.
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody calls my mama a whore.
Is she? I want you to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Well, how are we supposed to know when that is?
You won't. I'll let you know. You are the bouncers, I am the cooler. All you have to do is watch my back and each other's. Take out the trash.
Cut to the bar that night. Dalton catches Steve letting in girls for free at the door. You see, they're still doing their own shit, these people.
Mm.
He watches one of the bartenders, Pat, again. He's skimming from the register.
He is
helps
indeed.
himself to free beers through the night. A girl gets up on the table to dance at one point. Dalton sends in the young blonde-haired bouncer to get her down. He tries following Dalton's rules, trying to be nice.
Yeah,
and
gets himself punched straight in the face for it, doesn't he? Even more than one occasion.
Yeah, gets a knife pulled on him.
Yeah. It's okay though, because Dalton's there. He takes it off him, doesn't he? Takes that knife off him, gets him out, hell out of there, smashes his face through a table.
Yeah, in like one movement.
You know, because he's being nice. That's when you don't be nice anymore, I guess.
That's how he treats his.
Yeah. And then he helps the young lady down from the table and escorts her out, I guess, as well. Who leaves, even though it was pretty much her fault.
Are the bouncers? They're all watching stunned at this, aren't they?
Yeah, they can't believe it.
Is it
Even though
that
there's fights in there every single night, they've never seen anything quite like this.
Yeah, is it that they're stunned at, or is it his hair?
I think it's his hair.
Particularly high in this scene.
Because it hasn't moved either, has it?
No.
Throughout all of that altercation.
No.
If anything, it's got bigger.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's growing with it. Every fight he has, his hair grows again.
Yeah.
Like Samson. It's his strength.
We get the first of the off-the-screen disembodied voices. It's a woman saying, "Who is that guy?" And Tillman, who's at the bar watching, turns to Pat and says, "He's good. He's real good."
Yeah, he does, yeah. Sounds a bit like a Pierce Brosnan there when you're doing that.
Name's Tillman.
He's good. Real good. That's how he speaks, Pierce Brosnan. He exhales at all times. Yeah, if he's breathing in, there's no dialogue whatsoever. You can't do it.
For England, James?
For me. Yeah, that's Pierce.
And then Cody from the stage just says, "He's Dalton."
No, he actually introduces everybody, even though he's the only one who literally cannot see them. He introduces people to everyone.
I've made that exact same note.
He does it again later on when someone else turns up. Yeah, he does that. It's just like, they keep introducing people to people who can see who it is.
And then Dalton just turns and looks around the bar, and everyone's sort of like, I don't know if they applaud, but they should have.
I think they're all doing the Dirty Dancing thing, where they're all just clapping, and then he starts doing his little strut. I think so. I think that's a deleted scene.
Yeah, and then Cody plays the female character, jumps, just nowhere near him, flies through a table.
Yeah, he's through the window. They were on the other side of the bar.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Remember that blonde from earlier with the nipples that touch each other?
Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's eye-fucking the shit out of him at this point.
Yeah. And me, I think.
She's eye-fucking you, or you're eye-fucking
I think
Dalton?
she was. No, I think she was.
Right.
No, I've done that bit. That's later on. Do it again later.
He catches Steve in the storeroom. He's having sex from the rear. Or was it rear entry
I think
sex?
that's some rear entry sex going on from Steve.
Yeah, with a female customer, and fires him on the spot. He says, "Yo, Steve. Yo, fuck nuts." He says, "Your history." And Steve says, "But I'm on my break." And he says, "Stay on it."
Yeah, and then closes the door, which ruins the moment, really, for Steve, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. Sorry, Steve.
The girl does you see the girl fucking... It has no lines, but fucking ruins the scene by doing over-the-top, hand-to-mouth, shocked look. And I was like...
No, she was good, I thought.
You've got quite a little enterprise going here.
Thank you.
Says Dalton to Pat as he's closing the till.
Do you know who plays Pat? His name's John Doe.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I did see that in the crowd. I was going to look that up, but...
Is
he a punk band or something?
He is. He's in a band, yeah.
So that's a stage name, I guess, yeah?
Yeah. He's not an unidentified corpse. Yeah.
I did see that in the cast credits, yeah.
Yeah, because I looked him up. I thought that was weird. Yeah. I think it's from a punk band called X, which I imagine is how you say it. Can't say it any other way, can you?
It's not from the Fontanelles.
Not this time, no.
Dalton, he confronts Pat about stealing from the till anyway and drinking the beer, and he estimated that he cost the bar $150 a night, according to Dalton.
Which is fuck all compared to how much Dalton's costing.
And Pat says, So what? Who cares? Not me, Pat.
Played by John Doe from the punk band X.
And Dalton says, consider it severance pay. Take the train.
Yeah, which he doesn't have to because he lives locally. So he just walks.
He says, I didn't hear you say that, and points to Tillman, who's standing at the bar with he's sort of doing the exaggerated gulp and look around.
Yeah, just Vince McMahon style.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. And you can tell that Tillman doesn't really want to fire Pat. He seems like, but he eventually does fire him. But it seems to come at a price for Tillman emotionally.
And because we're invested in this, it also hit me real hard. Yeah, anyway, fuck off. Get out of here, Pat, you fucking idiot.
And Tillman, he does say to the rest of the guys that it was a good night because nobody was killed. Dalton,
it was a good night, isn't it?
Who's philosophical as always, is staring off into the distance and says, "It'll get worse before it gets better."
So some people probably will die, is what he means by that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if it's a good night, then nobody's died, but it's going to get worse. That means many people may have to die.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, as long as he's looking at it like that, as long as he's looking on the bright side. Thanks, Dalton.
Yeah, 500, and I can't guarantee there won't be many deaths.
There will be many, many deaths before there are none.
Dalton, he leaves for the night, and when he does, he finds that his windshield's been smashed through, all 4 tyres have been flattened, and his antenna's been broken.
Yeah, that seems to be the most annoying bit for him, the antenna being broken.
Yeah.
Even though he listened to a cassette, he wouldn't need an antenna for that.
Yeah, but he does sort of scoff at it, like, ah.
And that you see, viewers, that's why he picked up all those tyres from the tyre place, because he knows his tyres are going to get smashed. They're slashed, not smashed. You don't smash a tyre.
And also why he has that Merc, but he goes and buys an old banger in every place he goes.
Exactly, you see. He's done this. He's been round the block.
Yeah. Cut to a pool party at Wesley's mansion across the lake.
Tits.
Yes, tits.
Plenty of tits.
Plenty of tits. Dalton, topless himself, his tits out.
Yeah, he's looking at the other tits from across the lake.
He's reading a book, as Ken mentioned.
Yeah, he is reading a book. Do you know what the book is?
Legends of the Fall.
Nope.
By Jim Harrison.
Okay, yeah, it is, yeah. Right. No, it's Mr. Silly by Roger Hargreaves. That'd have been a good one, wouldn't it, if he was just reading a kid's book? Just dot to dot. He's with his tongue out trying to do the picture. Yeah. He's not, though. No, he is. It is Legends of the Fall, yes. Never read it, never seen it.
No, it's a film in it with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, not bothered.
Tony Hopkins.
Yeah. Sir Tony to you.
Yeah, Tone.
Yeah, not that interested in that rubbish.
You know what it just shows that he's intellectual. I like in the 80s where we had to have all the action heroes had to have these sort of little quirks.
Because there's no TV, though. Emmett told him that when he took the place on.
Yeah.
There ain't no TV. So he's reading a book. Don't know where he got it from. He brought it with him, I'm guessing. There's no bookshop that we get to see.
No.
It's probably his favourite book.
He turns his light off and watches in the dark.
Yeah, because he can be seen staring at all these tits.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, there's
He
women.
has a bit of a laugh, doesn't he? He's a bit of a chuckle to himself at the hijinks that's going on over there.
Yeah, women are getting thrown topless into the pool. Do you reckon he wants to be thrown in? Because he is topless.
Yeah, I believe he does.
Yeah. Wesley turns up, he's in a pink bathrobe. That's a great entrance for him, that. And he's got the blonde Denise from the bar. She's there with him.
Yeah.
It's his bit of skirt.
Yeah, nipple to nipple she is. Yeah, all the way through this film now, she's just there, clasping her breasts together.
Yeah, and if there's one scene that's going to tell you this is from the 80s, it's this next one. It's the morning. Carrie Ann turns up at the barn to bring breakfast for Dalton for some reason.
Yeah, not sure why.
Dalton wakes up and gets out of bed totally naked, got his ass in the breeze.
Dalton's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got all the windows open, so it is in the breeze, isn't it?
Yeah. And Carrie Ann, her head nearly explodes seeing this.
Yeah, she loves her ass.
It's just, it's quite an incredible reaction to Swayze's, to Dalton's anus.
Exactly. It's not exactly Riggs, is it, from Lethal Weapon? It's not quite that.
No.
As men's asses go.
No.
Or the Emilio Estevez. Not Charlie. Emilio Estevez in Loaded Weapon 1.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
That's a beautiful man's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, he gets the reaction from Carrie Ann. She's...
You
mentioned the mask earlier. It's exactly like that, yeah. She does. She gives us those kind of eyes. Yeah, very unusual.
Starts hitting herself over the head with a fucking hammer or something like he does.
Howls like a wolf.
Yeah.
Foot tapping on the floor.
You know, like the wolf from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yeah, the old droopy cartoons.
Yeah. She tells him that he shouldn't have fired Pat, and then she laughs, and he says, "What's the joke?" She says, "No joke, I just think I'm looking at a dead man is all." And he says, "Everywhere I go, I hear that same joke." And she says, "Yeah, well, something tells me you bring that on yourself."
Yeah, by firing Pat wherever you go. Yeah,
by getting your arse out.
Yeah, and then standing in front of me going, "Booty, oh yeah, look at the booty."
Do you reckon that's where Van Damme got it from?
I think so.
Yeah.
Why not? That's another one. See, it's not exactly a Van Damme ass, is it? That
Absolutely not. No
chance. Nowhere near that grade.
No problem.
Okie dokie.
Driving into town the next morning, he nearly collides with Brad Wesley. And Ken was talking previously about this guy not giving a shit. This guy is just...
This is brilliant.
It's amazing.
I drive like this on my way to work. He's listening to Shaboom Shaboom. Ya la 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 la. It's a brilliant song.
It is, which I know from... Every time I hear it, I remember it from Clue, the Tim Curry film.
Oh, yeah. Life could be a dream.
Shaboom. Yeah, he's just...
brilliant, yeah.
He's just weaving.
Just swerving across the road.
Just constantly just singing along, isn't he?
Oh, it's great. It's such a great scene.
Yeah.
Absolutely pointless, but it just goes to show that he really could not give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze swerves off the road to avoid him, and he's just
He doesn't
not even blinks.
No, he just carries on singing.
Not interested at all. Love it, honestly. It's like about 20, 30 seconds long, that scene.
Yeah.
But always made me laugh. That really has.
It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Dalton goes to the local auto parts store, and this is where he befriends the owner, a man named Red.
It is Red. It's Red Webster.
The actual actor's called Red as well, I believe.
It is, yes. Red West. It's close, isn't it?
Yeah, just one letter off a unfortunate name. He sells Dalton a new antenna. He says that he'll have to order him in a new windshield, but does recommend just scrapping the car. But Dalton doesn't want him.
No, he doesn't. Of course he doesn't.
As they're shooting the shit, he talks about his ugly wife or something, Red is.
Yeah. He says he's stuck in that town. He married an ugly woman, and then she left for an ugly bloke. So don't ever marry an ugly woman.
Yeah, well, you never listened to Dr. Hook. He should count himself lucky.
Exactly, yeah, it's even worse, apparently. Yeah, so there you go. That's Red's story, anyway. He's stuck in town, but he likes it. You know, people are nice. Except, who's coming in now?
It's Wesley. He's walking in with
He's brought his son with him.
Yeah.
Jimmy looks great as well.
I love it.
I like Jimmy's look.
I've got it. I've actually written because I liked it so much. We've got denim shirt open.
Yeah.
He's got a Native American necklace.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
It's fucking superb. Permed mullet.
Yeah, it's lovely mullet.
One earring, gold cross.
Yeah, it is. Good little crucifix.
And he glares at Dalton as Dalton leaves. That's a great introduction for Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's a classic
Doesn't
bad
even
guy
speak,
look.
does he?
No.
Doesn't even speak. Just stares at him. He does look great. That's Marshall R. Teague.
Yeah.
Who plays Jimmy.
He's the stunt coordinator for the film as well, and they actually didn't get on him and Patrick Swayze at first, but it was once they started doing the stunts and
Was
stuff.
it because of their mullets?
I believe so.
Yeah, their mullet envy.
Yeah. Once they started doing the fight scene and stuff together, they sort of bonded over...
Gay subtext.
Yes. Just wanting as realistic fight scenes as possible, and he also said that...
Really?
Well, like hard hitting, I guess.
So it's not exactly what they got, was it?
Yeah. I guess he means sort of like hard hitting fight scenes where he actually let Patrick Swayze throw real punches at him because he's like a trained martial artist, this guy, to make it look more real. He actually said that he thought Patrick Swayze could have been a kickboxer if he wanted to.
That's totally against what I saw in this film. And I'll mention this later on when we get to see that in action.
I guess he probably could have been. He's pretty athletic,
Well, so could
isn't he?
anybody if they'd have trained from a childhood, yeah. So, so what?
Imagine if that's what he said. If Patrick Swayze had dedicated his whole life to kickboxing.
Yeah, I could be one of the best piano players in the world if I'd have bothered learning how to play the piano, carried on, and got really, really good.
That's true. So Patrick
But I haven't.
Swayze, go fuck yourself.
But I haven't, and I'm not.
No one's fucking nice to Patrick Swayze on Ken's watch. You son of a bitch.
Rest in peace, Patrick. I'm sorry, it's nothing personal on this. What a ridiculous thing to have said that. Anybody could be.
Well, if we do want to get in contact with Patrick Swayze, I guess we have to call Whoopi Goldberg up and see what his take on it is.
Yeah, I did message him, but he ghosted me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dear.
That's why they're tuning in. That's why the fans are tuning in.
It's gold, isn't it? It's absolute gold.
Anyway.
Yeah, whatever. Carry on. Where do we get to? It's going to be a fuck it.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Right, where do we get up to? Me just abusing
Pat, yeah.
the deceased Patrick.
Yeah, Dalton walks out anyway, and Wesley, he starts with a friendly tone, a greeting to Red, and he says, "Beautiful day, isn't it?" And Red says, "It was."
Yes.
Cut. So we know from that something's going on with this Wesley customer.
Yeah, it's all suggested. You see, you don't have to be overt in these kind of things.
Yeah, there's only one, maybe more later on, but there's a glaring, overt bad guy scene later on that I'll bring up. But we get a quick shot of Emmett looking under the sheet at Dalton's Mercedes. Not at his dick. He's not Kelly LeBrock.
Not yet.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. Later, Emmett shaves off his beard.
Bloody Kelly LeBrock.
To reveal himself to be Kelly LeBrock. Imagine that.
What a twist.
What an incredible plot twist. It's because you mentioned Weird Science. You see, it's that guy. It's like he's brought her with him.
Yeah, he looks under the sheet and watches another great thing from sort of 80s action things now is that...
This is always on them, yeah.
Is this something that Seagal brought in, or is this something before Seagal?
No, it's before.
Well, yeah. But it's like the basically what Dalton's doing is he's shirtless near the lake and he's doing Tai Chi.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seemed to be a lot in the 80s where the action hero's got a spiritual, non-violent side to him, that he acts violently when pushed to
when
it.
he has to.
Yeah.
They never ever want to fight.
Yeah.
That's the point of this, you see. They all can, but they don't want to unless they have to.
Yeah. Even Wesley, he's on his trike across the lake there. He's got two mates, the McNamara brothers, with him. They're also on their trike.
Yeah, just the hovercraft that's hidden away under camo there.
Even he stops and has a watch of him.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is no I've Got the Power by Snap playing, which would have been superb.
Yeah.
I know.
That night at the Double Deuce, Dalton, he's called up to Tillman's office. He's got the bartender that was fired previously, Pat.
Yeah, he's back.
He's in there. He's there with a guy called O'Connor.
He's got a great voice, O'Connor.
He has. He's very deep.
Very deep voice.
Yeah, sort of...
Yeah, I liked him.
What's the Buffalo Bill actor?
Oh, you fucker. I'm looking it up now.
Yeah.
Fuck. We're going to pretend that I just know it, yeah?
Yeah, I'll repeat the line.
Got him.
Yeah, his voice is... it sounds a bit like the actor played Buffalo Bill.
What Silence of the Lambs? Ted Levine? Ted Levine?
Oh, that was brilliant, Ken. I'll delete that.
Let's have another take.
Ooh, Silence of the Lambs, 1990.
Oscar-winning production. Jonathan Demme.
That was amazing.
Let me think who that could be.
Yeah, he's got a great voice, this O'Connor guy. He reminds me a bit of... who's the actor that played Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs?
No idea. Not a fucking clue, mate.
Well, whoever he is, he sounds like him anyway.
Ted Levine.
Ted Levine.
Ted Levine.
Ted
I don't
Levine.
know. But take your pick.
Yeah,
One
whatever.
one of them two.
Oh, no, it doesn't sound like him, actually.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, he has to rehire Pat.
Yeah, he's had a change of heart about firing Pat. And Dalton asks for an explanation, and O'Connor tells him that Tillman, he buys his liquor and beer from Wesley, who is actually Pat's nephew, uncle.
It's his uncle, yeah. Pat's his nephew, you see.
And Pat, he pulls a Bowie knife on Dalton.
Yeah, he's got a big old Rambo fucking knife on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he calls Dalton a chicken dick.
Yeah, bit harsh.
Dalton, anyway, easily dodges it. He disarms him. When he goes to hit Pat, his nose is already bleeding before he makes contact with him.
I noticed that, yeah.
And then a round-the-house kick from Dalton, and Pat goes flying through the window of the office into the bar area.
Yeah, there's a big fat guy there as well, isn't there? There's a big fat guy.
Oh, yeah, he looks like that lad from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah, he does, yeah. Sam.
Sam, yeah. He looks like him.
But he's fat. He's called Tinker. Ooh, little Tinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just got like a trucker's cap on, and he's just morbidly obese.
So Tinker, he slashes Dalton under his arm as he's fighting.
Yeah, I know, yeah, a bit harsh.
It's on the rib cage there, isn't it? Dalton, he crashes through the office window with O'Connor next, beats him up in the bar area whilst the other bouncers handle the little Tinker.
Yes, ooh, little Tinker.
He has the bad guys thrown out, and he disappears off to the emergency room. What did you think to this fight scene? This is the first sort of big one with Swayze in it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
The one with O'Connor, yeah.
It's okay. I mean, there's a few punches thrown, the kicks. You see, this is where the kicks, they're not good. They're not high kicks.
No.
He's not got the flexibility.
He needs the Chuck Norris martial arts jeans, doesn't he?
I think he does, yeah. Instead, he's wearing the cowboy jeans.
Yeah.
That's just not good enough for it.
Sequins. Did the rodeo.
That's right, yes, the chaps. Yeah.
O'Connor goes through about 40 tables, doesn't he?
Yeah, I say it's good. It's good old fashioned violence. It's just he's not got the range of a professional kickboxer. I'm sorry if that upsets people.
Teague is watching this now. The stunt coordinator, livid. It can be wild for him.
Yeah, I'm calling you on that one, Marshall.
At the ER, Dalton, he meets a beautiful young doctor named Elizabeth Clay.
What an unlikely, beautiful woman this is that's just working there in a very small town as a doctor. Yeah, how unlikely is that?
Very.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That validates my point. I'm not saying that all doctors are ugly in small towns.
You're just
alienating every demographic.
Patrick Swayze and doctors have been in Ken's sights so far.
Who's next? Yeah, imagine all the doctors just turning off right now who listen to us.
Especially if they're fans of Swayze in the first place. I'm going to get complaint letters again. He hands her his own medical records, and she has a little look, seeing that his occupation is a bouncer. We do see through his medical records that his first name is James Dalton.
That's nice.
It's never mentioned.
I never noticed it either.
She tells him that he can add 9 staples to his list of injuries now, which she reels off for us helpfully. His injuries, Ken, he's had 2 gunshots.
This is nothing as impressive, by the way, as when Murdoch rails off all of Rambo's achievements.
Yeah.
So if we're going of things that have happened to people, Rambo wins.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Well, Mr. Dalton, you may add 9 staples to your dossier of 31 broken bones, 2 bullet wounds, 9 puncture wounds, and 4 stainless steel screws. That's an estimate, of course. I'll give you a local.
No, thank you.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt.
She starts stapling him, and she says to him, "Do you always carry your medical records with you?" And he says,
"Yes."
Saves time.
Bloody Brosnan. Yeah, and he also says pain don't hurt. He doesn't offer any sort of insight into that, into how he controls that. He's just saying it just doesn't. Or it don't.
Yeah.
Pain don't hurt.
But when she does the first staple, he does scream out in pain.
Yeah, he does. He cries.
Yeah.
He like taps on the floor like he's in a leg lock or something. Yeah. No, he does actually flinch when she does that first staple.
Yeah.
So
she has to give him a lollipop.
And a sticker on his bare chest that says, "I've been a brave boy."
There's a random fact that I love is that we find out that he has a degree from NYU in philosophy.
File says you've got a degree from NYU. What in?
Philosophy.
Any particular discipline?
No, not really. Man's search for faith, that sort of shit.
Come up with any answers?
Not too many.
How's a guy like you end up a bouncer?
Just lucky, I guess.
Yeah, he's clever. Isn't
He's got all the lines, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's doing well here.
She admires his stitch work on the knife wound, which is the one we saw him doing at the beginning of the film. She says, "Do you ever win a fight?" And then he does the...
This is beautiful.
He does the Douglas.
Yeah. Just the look.
Yeah.
And says, "Nobody ever wins a fight."
How philosophical of him.
And she immediately orgasms.
Yeah, just like Carrie Ann when she saw his anus.
Yeah. It wasn't prolapsed or anything. He didn't bend over.
Did you orgasm at a prolapsed anus?
Well, twice. He didn't bend over. He didn't give us the Van Damme boingy boingy. It was just his ass. I don't think we can class that as seeing Swayze's anus.
That's a constellation in the air.
Named after he sadly passed. No, I don't think we can class as seeing that. I think it's just his buttocks.
Ken with the up-to-date clarifications.
It's what the listeners want.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there, they're just crossing that out again now. Because now that you've led them up the the old garden path.
Thanks. Listen, if you'd like to stop by the Double Deuce sometime, I could buy you a cup of coffee, you know, if you
Happen to be in the neighborhood, you mean? You know, for that line of work, I thought you'd be bigger.
Gee, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, he invites her to the Double Deuce for a coffee if she's ever in the neighbourhood.
Yeah, only for a coffee, you see. See what he's doing? Coffee. He doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Cooler. Yeah, and she gives us the thought you'd be bigger joke again. We have that laugh once again. It's been a while.
And he says, "Nobody in that line of work thought I'd be bigger."
Look at this. And then whips off his towel.
Shows her his anus.
Yeah. Boing. I don't know what that noise was.
He actually says, "Gee, I've never heard that before."
Yeah, and they have a little look at each other and the scene ends, thank goodness.
The next day we're at Wesley's house. There's a fucking monster truck.
I've written fucking monster truck down.
Yeah.
Those exact 3 words.
Why the fuck would that guy turn up in that?
Why is that in the film?
Well, we know why later,
Well,
but now I'm just like, why the fuck has he got this?
Yeah, just driving through town in a monster truck.
Not only that, but
to
he's...
go to his boss's house.
Yeah,
it's
but
not even it's not even Wesley's car. It's
No.
the bloke who works for him.
Yeah, and not only that, but he goes on reconnaissance missions in this fucking thing.
You know, in RoboCop, where one of the guys buys a car the same as Bodyguards, or steals a car, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's the same one as the one that Clarence has got. And
Yeah.
Clarence Bodyguard just blows it up
Mhm.
just to try out his new gun. Yeah. Why would Brad Wesley allow one of his employees to drive around in a monster truck and not think, I want that?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he's in a monster truck, but this is he's quite a harsh boss, isn't he? Brad
He is,
Wesley, Mr. Wesley.
Yeah, Pat, he turns up with, he's got O'Connor, he's got Tinker, and you never actually, I think his name's, is it Dave? He's got a really common
I'm
name.
not sure.
Hasn't he,
I
the
don't
guy?
know if he got a name this time.
Yeah, he gets called. He gets a name later. But I can't remember what it is. Anyway, Pat, he's got maybe a broken nose or something. He's got a couple of black eyes, and his nose is fucked up.
Yeah.
Wesley just waves him inside. Go on inside, Pat. He tells one of them that they owe him an apology.
Yeah, he doesn't know which one it is though.
Yeah, he says one of you owes me an apology.
Yeah, and they both apologise. He believes Tinker.
Of course he does. I believed Tinker.
I'm not so sure I did. I'm not sure why Tinker's one of these bad guys. No, but anyway, yeah, I suppose you believe him because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're getting at. But not O'Connor.
No.
And to prove it, he proceeds to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he says, "You disgust me." You want to know why you disgust me? He says, "Because you're a bleeder. You bleed too much." And kicks him in the bollocks.
Yeah, he punches him in the face, kicks him in the bollocks, punches him in the face again. I'm not sure he's got an HR department, has he, Brad Wesley? Because we have a few concerns.
HR nightmare.
A few concerns being raised about the boss.
Yeah, he says, "You're weak. You have no endurance for pain."
Yeah, and then just keep punching him. Just punches him again.
Yeah,
he's a bit harsh, in my opinion.
Yeah, he shouts at the men to help him up. They're telling him, "Oh yeah, you'll be fine, and you'll be fine because I like you."
Yeah,
a kind of smiles for some reason.
Yeah, that's how he treats people he likes. Imagine people he doesn't. Worse. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. But there you go. Anyway, yeah, O'Connor.
He says, "Get this piece of shit coward out of here."
See, he just said, "I like you," and then he's calling him a piece of shit coward to his face again.
Well, lucky he doesn't hear it because he's already punched him out again at this point.
Just knocks him out, doesn't he?
End of scene. Dalton, he heads to Red's and he sees Jimmy.
He's wearing looks like it's a half gi shirt, isn't it, this?
I thought it's like he's wearing a gi tucked into his jeans.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's a very odd shirt. He wears it again later on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, very unusual. But still, yeah, he's at Red's. He's back at Red's, possibly to pick up the windshield that he was getting, whatever he ordered. I don't know.
Yeah, and he sees Jimmy and another goon. They're driving off laughing.
There's a lot of laughter, actually, from Jimmy. He laughs when he shouldn't laugh. He ain't got time to laugh, and he stops and laughs.
Dalton, he heads inside to Red's. He sees the place been messed up. He calls out to Red, asking if he's been robbed. Every week.
Thankfully, Red is alive, because there was a moment there where you thought he'd been like roughed up or beaten or dead or whatever, but he's not. He's fine. Just getting a mop.
Yeah, he says, "You've been robbed," and Red says, "Every week." And he comes out from behind the counter with a mop and bucket. And we find out that Wesley's been extorting money from every business in town.
Yeah, he claims it's for some sort of like fund, doesn't he? But he just funnels it into his own accounts, and everyone pays it. It's basic mafiosa.
Yeah, great line here where Dalton asks, "Does everybody pay?" And Red says,
"Yeah, classic.
Does a hobby horse have a wooden dick?"
And Dalton says, "What?" He says, forget it. Yes, I should have said yes. It would have saved time. Yeah, but wait, hang on a minute. What's that picture on the wall?
It's the Doctor.
It's the beautiful Doc, which means either they're related, because we don't go into it. Either they're related or he's just a stalker.
Yeah.
We don't find out
She
yet.
doesn't look like she knows that picture's being taken.
No, it doesn't either. No, it looks like she's just like on a lunch break or something.
Yeah.
Just, sat on a bench having a sandwich.
Oh, wait, enough of this shit, Ken. Let's get over to the wet T-shirt and G-string contest.
Yeah.
We're still doing it Reds.
Yeah, T-shirt, that's been crossed out, and we've got G-string written over the top. It's a wet G-string competition.
Which is one of the perks we'll offer once we open a Patreon.
Yeah.
And look who it fucking is. Looking over the bar, watching this happen. It's Sam Elliott, sans moustache.
Yeah.
Wade Garrett.
He's the most rugged he's looked in anything I've seen him.
He looks fucking cool in this.
Yeah, he does. He looks great.
He's got the long hair, the beard. No big moustache, no cockduster, but he's still looking cool.
Yeah, he's still not clean shaven.
No. He calms down an army guy getting handsy with one of the strippers. He calls him Rambo.
Yeah.
Calm down, Rambo.
Little note there to Rambo.
I know you're trying to fight the commies, but...
Yeah, throws in that against the commies as well. Get them all there.
He winks at the stripper and then takes a phone call from the smallest bouncer in the film. It's Dalton, and he calls him Mijo on the call, which is a contraction of mi hijo, which means my son in Spanish.
Oh, right. I thought he was mispronouncing amigo all the way, because later on he calls him amigo, and I thought, finally he's remembered how to say it properly.
Dalton asks Wade if he's heard of Wesley, and he says that he hasn't.
Of course he hasn't. What the fuck? He's a fucking bouncer in a wet T-shirt pub. What the hell? Of course I have, yeah.
And that seems to be like the main reason he rang.
Yeah, and he goes, okay then. Bye.
Yeah, they shoot the shit for a bit, and then Wade has to go break a fight up, and he tells him to watch out for himself.
Yeah, same old story, different town, same story, I guess. Yeah,
that's what he says.
But Sam Elliott looks superb in this.
Yeah,
he really, really does. I know he's come out and said some ridiculous things recently, so his popularity may be on the downscale. But it's looks brilliant in this.
Yeah, this is the best he's looked in a film. This he looks fucking, except maybe Tombstone with the cock duster.
Yeah,
but
he looks great.
a few nights later, anyway, the bar, the renovations have happened. It's cleaner. Chicken wire's gone off the stage, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Jeff Healey being glassed in the face now every night because he hasn't got anything to protect him and he can't see him coming. So yeah, he's wounded.
Carrie Ann, she's on vocals with the band now, it seems. Her days of waiting tables are over.
Well, no. Obviously, he says, I didn't even know she could sing. I think she will go back to waiting tables.
Yeah.
She was also a singer. That's why she's up there, I think. I think they just threw that in for her because she was also a musician.
What, the actress?
Yeah.
So, yeah, bigger crowd, friendlier clientele. Tits McGee turns up again, old Denise, stroking Dalton's arm.
Quite right, too.
She says, why won't you look me in the eye, Dalton? And he says, because I'm shy.
Yeah.
And then she says, would you be shocked if I said, let's go to my place and fuck?
He says, yeah, I would actually. That's quite a shocking thing for you to say. Especially after I just told you I'm shy.
Now, if Roadhouse was British, that's exactly what the line would have been.
Oh my goodness. And just loosen his collar slightly.
Yeah.
Oh,
pulled on his tie.
Oh, crikey. I think that's what he'd say.
In comes Jimmy
Yeah.
to cock-block Dalton by pulling her away from him. And he says, say goodnight, Denise.
And instead of saying goodnight, Denise, which would be a clever and funny thing, she said nothing. She's like a bit scared now.
And then it's Jimmy's turn to eye fuck Dalton this time.
Yep, looks him up and down.
And then leads her out of the bar. Cue the monster truck, which is just parked in the parking lot.
Yeah, no one saw that arrive.
No. Jesus Christ. It's got 4 goons in it, and they watch Jimmy leave with Denise, and once they've gone, then they exit the monster truck by just falling from a great height.
Because he shouts, does he shout, get in there? Or something like that? I don't know. He sends them in.
Football.
He sends them in, doesn't he? Jimmy
does he send them in?
He sends the goons in.
Yeah.
Once he's out with Denise, he sends them in, and off they go.
Yeah, Dalton, he looks them over, and he notices that one has a small blade attached to the toe of his boot.
Yes. Old shoe boot. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Shoe knife.
Shoe boot.
Yeah, it's a mix between a shoe and a boot. Yeah, we're working on merch.
That's the first thing, not a t-shirt or a hat. It's a badge.
A shoe.
It's a shoe boot. Dalton, he signals his bouncers to go and meet them at the door, and he refuses to allow them in, and they quickly become violent.
Right boot. Got it. Sorry, we're closed.
Well, then what are all these people doing here?
Drinking and having a good time.
Well, that's why we're here.
You're too stupid to have a good time.
They're thrown out the club.
Thankfully, there is. There's enough of them, isn't there? He blocks the shoe knife and throws him. He takes his boot off him. Actually, doesn't he?
When they all go outside and start fighting in the dirt, he takes his boot off him, and throws it up onto the top of the roof of the bar.
Which is still there now.
Still there to this day, some say. Yeah, does he break his ankle there?
I think it looks like he's going. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some sort of twisting going on.
That's absolutely ridiculous. He tries to axe kick him. So the toe knife is on the obviously
on the toe. Yeah.
But he goes with the really high and then
like he was wearing spurs.
Yeah, and brings it. Yeah, like the guy from
Double Impact.
Double Impact. Yeah. So Dalton just catches him and breaks his fucking ankle or something. As this is happening outside, Dr. Clay turns up. She's in a gingham dress.
Yeah, this is the hairspray, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very high.
This is the something about Mary hair that she's got.
And she watches the brawl, as does Carrie Ann, who's just jumped down from the stage to come and watch this, it seems.
Yeah, everyone else is like, I like that song as well. That was a good song.
Yeah, everyone's whooping and hollering.
Oh, yes.
Son of a bitch! Give me the biggest guy in the world. You smash his knee, he'll drop like a stone.
Damn good fight.
Hi.
Hi.
So you looking for somebody?
You.
After his shift, Dalton takes Clay out for a coffee at the cafe. She says, "Are you always better than they are?" And Dalton says, "Nobody is better than they are."
She's like, what?
She says, "Have you ever been put down?" And he says, "Nobody gets put down."
He's such a philosopher.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She asks him to explain it.
And he
What
says,
do you mean?
And he says, "Nobody can explain it."
Shakes his head.
Just keeps going all the way through. It's a lovely, lovely moment.
He says, "The ones who go looking for trouble are not much of a problem for someone who's ready for them."
That's not really true, is it?
No, I don't really like that line.
No, it's not overly true, to be honest. That.
But he demonstrates this by stopping some sleeping drunk from falling off his stool at the counter.
Yes, which is nice of him.
He was ready for it. Caught him there. I actually did make a note. It's odd to see people smoking in like the bars and the cafes. Like they're sitting there and Swayze's just blowing smoke in her face.
Yeah, just while she's trying to have a coffee.
Yeah, and he's also just flicking his fag ash into a coffee.
He just puts it out in the coffee while she's about to drink.
Yeah. Well, he offers to give her a lift home, but they were in her Jeep.
Yeah, but it's her car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very odd.
He says, "I better take you home. I keep talking. You're going to think I'm a nice guy." And she says, "I know you're not a nice guy."
Yeah.
He's like,
"You better believe it."
He's like,
Toots.
He's like, "Nobody is not a nice guy."
Yeah, she's just nodding. Going, yes, it makes sense.
He does prove he's a nice guy by turning and paying for the sleeping guy's food and drink.
He says, "Hey, I ought to charge this guy rent." And he gives him some rent. He says, "That's for tonight." So I don't know whether that guy just slept in the place.
Yeah, the owner of the cafe is just shaking his head at the drunk, isn't he?
Because he's got to stay there all night as well to make sure this drunk guy doesn't just die or something. Yeah, that pissed him off.
They drive back to the Double Deuce. We see someone's put a stop sign through his car window.
Yeah.
I do like how there's constantly just shit happening to his car.
Slashed his tyres again. Yeah, thing is though, you'd like to think that maybe she'd have said, "Well, do you need a lift home yourself then?" But instead, she just says, "Right, see you then." Just drops him off, so he's got to sort it all out himself. Shouldn't offer to help or anything. It's like, fuck that, it's late, I'm going home. You sort your own shit out.
She comments on the life he leads, and Dalton says, "What, too ugly for you?" And she says, "I didn't say that." And then they kiss. They say their goodbyes, and Dalton gives a salute like a fucking geek as he fishes the stop sign out of the side of his car. Anyway, Connor and Tinker, the next day, they show up at Emmett's farm looking for Dalton. They don't have to look very far. He's lying on the bonnet of his car, just staring up, because he's a philosopher, you see.
Yes, he's looking at the sky.
He's thinking about the world.
He's looking at the clouds. He's thinking about the meanings of it. What else is there in the world? Surely there's more to it than this. But we're only such a tiny part. We can't comprehend what the plans are for us and our otherworldly, spiritual belongings.
And ultimately, we're just made of carbon, as is most of the universe. So we are the universe as much as...
And the universe is us.
Anyway.
Yeah, what do you want, Tinker, you fat dick?
They tell him that Wesley wants to meet him.
Yep.
And takes him to the house. They go into the big mansion and they see that Denise is there. She's doing the Jesse Ventura workout from The Running Man.
Are you ready for pain?
She's got terrible bruising on her neck and face.
Yeah, as in terrible, as in really, really badly done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's like half robot now.
She's got like a birthmark.
Sort of silverish kind of thing.
It's an obvious repercussion for offering Dalton's sexy sex.
Yeah. Although she still looks great. She's getting her cleavage out still. So, fair dues.
Fair enough. She does turn away from him to hide her face, but then does look back at him.
No one's looking at her face in that bit. Come on.
They take Dalton through to Wesley. He's eating breakfast in the conservatory. He offers him some and starts shooting the shit again about something about how similar they are and how he's been the driving force in bringing most of the big name businesses to Jasper.
The town. Not Jasper, the old prospector who lives up in the boonies.
Yeah, well, also him as well.
Yeah, who's just like, woohoo, more business. Oh yeah, Mr. Wesley. Woohoo.
That was just on the line there. Anyway, he tells Dalton that he knows about him killing a man in Memphis. saying it was self-defense in the trial, but they both know that isn't true.
I don't know how he knows that isn't true. We never got to see it, so we don't know if it was true or not either.
No. He offers Dalton a job at a new club that he's planning to open, and Dalton refuses. He says, "There's no amount of money that would make me work for you," and then leaves. He's not happy. Wesley's not used to being told no.
Exactly. He can barely finish his breakfast.
Yes.
But he does, I think.
He does. Hot breakfast sausage. As I believe what he offers Dalton.
He does offer him that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, "Do you want some sausage?" And he says, "Do any of us want some sausage?"
Yeah, nobody wants some sausage. He's got a piano. Dalton, do you want some sausage? At the Deuce the next day, there's lines around the block. You've got old fucks, young fucks, backwards hat-wearing fucks. They all want to get in. It's the hottest place in town.
Do you know why? Because they're
the
finally,
only place in town.
Because they're finally playing the Roadhouse Blues by the Doors.
Fuck yeah. House Band is playing one of my favourite songs, is my next note.
Yeah.
Roadhouse Blues by the Doors.
Yeah.
Keith David hands Dalton a coffee.
Uh-huh.
Keith fucking David. In an interview, he did say that most of his scenes in the film were cut, as was Sam Elliott, so he had a lot more stuff in the film. But the film, I think, was like 3 hours long at that point, so they cut it all. You get told by Tillman that the place is running out of alcohol rapidly. Keith David tells us that in his only line, I think.
Yeah.
He says they're running out of whiskey.
It's pivotal.
And I always turn to Keith David for a stock check, so I believe him.
Well, if you can't trust him, who can you trust?
Exactly. Tillman says that he's called every supplier he knows, but none of them will do business with the Double Deuce.
No, that's bloody Brad Wesley again, isn't it?
Dalton says, "Leave that with me." But he does blame Wesley, doesn't he? He automatically knows it's Wesley.
Does. He knows what's going on.
Heads out for the night anyway, Dalton. He sees Dr. Clay. She's waiting for him.
Yep, she's outside. I think he's finished for the shift, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So the 500 quid he's pocketed there.
Straight away.
Yep.
But hang on a tick. It looks to me, Ken, I could be wrong, that someone's watching him.
Nah.
No? Oh.
They must be the stealthiest fuckers in the world if no one spotted them watching them.
In the background of the scene.
What vehicle are they in?
It's a big fucking monster truck.
Yeah. Who's not seen that again? He's come out of the club. This is Dalton, who sees absolutely fucking everything, right? In the bar, he can see absolutely everything. He sees drug dealing waitresses, he sees skimming, he sees people's attitude.
He sees rear entry sex.
He can see it all. But what he can't see is a big fuck off monster truck in the car park when it's empty. Because he's finished his shift. So there shouldn't be any cars in that car park. What he can't see is that.
Yeah.
Oh well. You miss things, don't you, every now and then? That's women for you. Distractions.
Exactly. He takes her back to Emmett's barn in her Jeep, because his car's probably got like a fucking traffic light smash through the roof or something.
It's probably got a monster truck parked on it.
He shows her around and she fucking loves it, that place.
Quite right too.
Yeah,
it's nice. A lovely place.
She stares out the window at Wesley's house as Dalton puts on the radio.
To be honest, there's a lot of staring over there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of staring.
Puts Otis Redding on, which can only mean one thing.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, this is the same song that he puts on in a similar scene in Dirty Dancing.
He does, yeah. It's on that soundtrack as well. It's a sex scene on there as well, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Patrick Swayze's favourite sexy song.
She mentioned that she was married previously, but it didn't work out. Dalton asks why, and she says, "Guess I picked the wrong guy." That's enough small talk and foreplay for Dalton anyway, and they get to some sexy sex.
Mm-hmm.
Some fun trivia for you. According to Kelly Lynch in an interview, whenever Bill Murray sees her sex scene with Patrick Swayze in this film on television, he calls her husband Mitch Glazier, who directed him in Scrooged, and teases him about it.
That's weird, isn't it? It's a very complicated thing. I just like the fact that Bill Murray sat at home watching Roadhouse.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Still, yeah, what a sex scene this is.
Yeah, standing up sex.
It's sex up a wall, but it's a cobbled wall. Oh, yeah, that's got to hurt the back of her head, hasn't it? And the spine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's obviously
Being
leant
tatters.
against it. Yeah, she's leant against it. That's got to chafe somewhat. It's just my opinion. I don't know. You wouldn't use a cobbled wall, would you?
We get more naked ass this time. It's from Kelly Lynch. She joins Dalton, who's sitting naked just outside on the roof of the barn there.
Mm-hmm. I appreciated hers more than his.
Yeah.
But there you go. Crack on. As they say.
They kiss and she caresses some of his scars, and he points it out, and she
Chicks
says,
love scars, I tell you. That's why I used to slash myself open.
Look at this here.
Oh, that doesn't work on me.
Oh. I'll put it away then.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't get that cobbled wall. Just had that done.
She says, you're going to be in a lot of pain when you're older, Dalton. You could be crippled if you don't slow down. And he says, yeah, that's what they say.
Slow down this. And gets his old todger out.
Yeah, little Dalton.
He's already said pain don't hurt. Anyway, who's watching him? Bloody Brad Wesley over the lake.
Yeah.
Because everyone can see them because they're just out in the open, naked.
They're just having sex again.
Yeah.
She climbs on top.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, go on then.
Back at the Double Deuce, Dalton, he's talking to Cody, and he tells him that Elizabeth Clay is Red's daughter.
Yeah, that's good of him.
And a one-time love interest of Wesley.
Oh, shit.
And that she left him, and then he became incredibly jealous of anyone who was around her. And Cody warns him to be careful out there. Oh, but he's already walked off at this point.
Yeah, he left. He left as soon as he started telling him.
Just then a bouncer lets Dalton know that there's a delivery. There's a ride for him, so he goes out to check that out, just as a motorbike turns up outside.
Who the hell is it?
It's some fucking cool-looking fuck.
You're damn right it is.
It's Wade Garrett.
It's Sam Elliott.
Looks up at the place, reads the sign, calls it the Double Deuce, shakes his head.
That's classic Wade Garrett.
You got Dalton, he's outside on the loading dock, he's supervising the stock being bought in. We got Terry Funk.
He's not done yet, is he, Terry?
You know, you've got poor man's Ted Levine, O'Connor.
Yeah, there he is.
And you got Sam from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Tinker.
And who the fuck have they brought with them now?
It's the monster truck guy. Oh, no, the big fuck.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's
Bloody
he?
Richard Keel from the Bond film.
He does look a bit like him, yeah.
Fucking massive guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's turned up with them. We don't know who he is. I don't think we ever find out who he is.
No.
No, he's just enormous. He's just a massive bloke.
They're ordering the delivery guy to take back his load.
Yep.
If you pardon the imagery.
That's what they say.
And they begin to just start smashing the bottles, don't they, that were on the truck.
Yeah.
They begin to fight Dalton. He puts a good effort in there, but unfortunately...
It's the numbers game, isn't it?
Yeah, he gets hit over the head with a bottle, knocked to the ground. As this is happening, Wade Garrett, he goes inside, he asks where Dalton is.
You got a skinny little runt named Dalton working here.
He's out the back.
I know you.
Give me a beer, will you? I'll be back.
Goes out to the back there, he finds Dalton, he's getting held down and people are just punching him in the stomach.
Yep, so he immediately just watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't help just yet.
He said, how's it going to Dalton? And Terry Funk says, mind your own business, Dad. Wade eyes up the big bastard, and then they square up to each other. And the big guy in his only line says, you want to fight Dickless?
He's countered, though, isn't he, by Sam?
What does he say?
He says, I don't know, he said, I sure ain't showing you my dick. Which is a relief for the viewers and probably this guy.
Oh, how you like that, coach?
How's it going, mijo?
Mind your own business, Dad. You want to fight, Dickless?
I sure ain't gonna show you my dick. God damn, that hurts, doesn't it?
And then they just have a fight. So, all good on the dick front.
Yeah, he joins the fight with a lunging punch to the dick.
He actually does punch his dick, yeah. So there's plenty of dick action going on.
And they both end up beating up Wesley's men, and they scatter. Dalton tells Wade that he had it under control, and they laugh and give a hug to each other.
Yeah.
Another off-screen voice. Who is that guy? And I actually put, and you mentioned it earlier, I love how it's the blind guy that always answers this question.
Yeah, he tells us who it is.
I actually thought it would have been great if he got it wrong.
So that's, I don't know actually, who's that? Mate, just asks his friend.
He said, "Oh, that's Red from the Autobots." It's like, no.
That's Whoopi Goldberg from Ghost.
Sam Wheat? He says, "Gentlemen, Wade Garrett." And then someone just says, "Holy shit!" And Wade says, "Exactly right." And my note is, Sam Elliott is fucking cool in this film.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Dalton takes Wade to meet Elizabeth that night, picks her up from the emergency entrance of the hospital. He's like, "Are you sick or something?" And he says, "Nope." And then she turns up and Wade's like, "I fucking knew it.
Yes.
I thought me and you were going to have sex."
Gay subtext. That's not exactly subtext, is it? That was dialogue.
But Elizabeth and Wade soon become fast friends.
Do you know, he's like the worst person you could be introducing your new girlfriend to, isn't he?
He's the
right
worst
here?
wingman of all time.
Jesus Christ.
He gets his dick out.
He does, yeah. He's got like an appendix scar or something.
It's really high up on his hip, but he takes and he gets his dick out, showing
he
it.
just flops that out. Yeah, then he says, "Right, let's go and dance." Then he dances with her whilst Dalton just sits there brooding.
He's yawning,
like a hero. And
they've drank all night, and they're at a diner in the morning, still drinking.
Yeah. And then, is this where you tell me he's a great guy? He says, "No, this is where I tell you I want you for myself." And it's like, what? You know,
no good.
I wouldn't be very happy with that.
And
then he comments on her ass when she goes off for a shit.
Well, Ken, is she having a shit?
No, there's no time.
No?
Time scale, no.
Well, there we go.
Sorry, not this time.
Wade says that girl's got entirely too many brain cells to have an ass like that.
Yeah. And Dalton says, "Ain't that the truth?"
Yeah. So, women of the bad movie cult, if you have a nice arse, you are stupid.
Yeah.
That's the rules of Roadhouse. I can't take that back.
I don't think it's the same with men, I think, to be honest. People underestimate my intelligence because of the beautiful, sexy ass that I have.
I sure did.
Yep, that's where you're down for.
I thought you were a real fucking moron.
Yeah. No, it's not mutually exclusive.
Wade suggests that Dalton may have his hands full with this girl, and when Dalton only smirks at that, Wade accuses him of still living in the past.
Quite right, too. It's about the guy you killed back in Memphis.
He says, "It wasn't your fault. She didn't tell you that she was married." Basically, her husband pulled a gun on him and Dalton killed him, acting in self-defense, is what we find out. Dr. Clay comes back from the toilet. No shit.
No, not enough time. I mean, it was probably too long, that bit, but no, I don't think so.
And she tells him that her shift starts in a couple of hours, so she needs to go home and get some sleep. She asks...
So in a couple of hours?
Yeah, doctor's shifts are like
Jesus
14
Christ,
hours or something.
I think a couple of hours. So now she needs to get some sleep. Malpractice all over it.
She asks Wade if he's tired, and he says, "I'm going to get all the sleep I need when I'm dead."
Yeah, classic.
Thank you for the dance, he says.
Little cheeky wink.
Yeah, she blows a kiss at him, and he winks at her, kisses Dalton goodbye, and then cut back to the Double Deuce.
Yeah.
You got Garrett, he's hanging out with Dalton at the bar the next night. Someone rushes in with the news that Red's store is on fire, the auto parts place. Dalton runs out just in time to see the place explode.
Yeah. It's a good explosion.
It is a good explosion, yeah. Luckily, Red turns up in his truck to see it happen, so we know Red's fine.
Yeah, he's not dead, so it's okay, everybody. That's the second time we think maybe Red's been killed, but he hasn't.
Yeah.
Again.
They go back inside the bar, and Wesley's already in there with his henchmen, including Jimmy and, I don't know, Blind Pew.
And other henchmen.
He tells everyone that it's a shame that Red's place burnt down and tries antagonizing Dalton. when he orders his girlfriend Denise to do a striptease.
Yeah, that'll antagonise people, won't it?
Yeah.
A beautiful blonde lady doing a sexy dance and getting her breasts out. Oh, that's got to annoy everybody.
Yeah, it takes a dress off.
That would annoy the hell out of me, that. If that happened, I'd be like, oh, this is unacceptable.
She takes her dress off down to just her pants with her tits out, as Ken was saying.
And the song, incidentally, is Hoochie Coochie Man. Which
sung by?
Well, I don't know on this occasion. I don't know who did the original, but I do know that it was Steven Seagal's done a cover of that song.
And it's sung by Cody, who's just sitting there smiling as she rubs her tits in his face.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because he doesn't know anything's gone on, you see. He doesn't know there's a fire or anything.
Yeah,
no one's mentioned it to him.
Anytime you hear the blues in this film, it's pretty much the Jeff Healey band that have done it for the soundtrack, which is what Cody's name, obviously, is Ken says Jeff Healey. But she ends up throwing quite violently a dress in Swayze's face. You hear the impact of that. It's like...
It just wraps around his face.
Yeah. Dalton, he ends up leading her by the arm back to Wesley, and he says, if you're going to have a pet, keep it on a leash. Oh, she's not happy with that.
Well, she's not. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, she's the victim of domestic violence.
She is, yeah. I'd say she's not really to blame for any of this, is she?
Yeah, and he says that to her, and that's the last you see of her in this film, I think.
It's a shame. Still, it's a great ending for her.
Yeah, she runs off just like cursing Dalton. Wesley sets a fight up between Jimmy and the other bouncers, and Jimmy gets into the middle of the dance floor.
Yeah, he's playing pool, isn't he? So he brings his cue with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, does a bit of spinning. Pool cue spins.
Yeah, all on the dance floor. And all the other goons that he brought with him, he sort of nods to them, and they all start a bar brawl by throwing glasses and chairs around and stuff that incites a riot in the bar. And Wesley just orders another drink as the fight starts. Jimmy challenges Wade at one point. He takes out all the bouncers from the bar, basically, in one go, doesn't he, Jimmy? the young bouncer and the fat one. Yeah. He calls out and challenges Wade, and the two fight. I'd say it's about even. A couple of good hits in from both of them.
Yeah.
Although maybe Jimmy gets the upper hand slightly towards the end, and Dalton has to step in.
Yeah, Dalton jumps in, yeah. It's because of his knee, you see. Wade Garrett. He's got a dodgy knee, hasn't he?
Yeah. Jimmy and Dalton, they fight for a small amount of time until Wesley fires a starting pistol, it looks like.
And then they just run off. Just don't see him again. Yeah. That's it at the end.
Yeah, the big fat bouncer runs off. Some say he's still running, like the trucker from Texas Chainsaw.
That'd be a good race, wouldn't it, them two?
He tells Jimmy that's enough and says to Dalton that things aren't working out, and announces that they're all going to leave. Jimmy says he vows that he's going to own Dalton's ass.
Mm-hmm. There's a fair bit of ass talk, isn't there? In this?
There is a lot. Wade hobbles over and he says, same town, new story, huh, pal? Let's get a beer. And they hug and go for a beer together.
Surely you got that wrong, didn't you? New town, same story.
I thought that, yeah. But that's what Swayze said to him on the phone, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Very, very odd. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Got some of the more... We have like a meeting now but from the business owners in Jasper. You've got Tillman and Red, they're there, discussing how what they're going to do about Wesley, basically. He's become much more unstable, much more violent. Red's planning to leave town. And then we meet a guy called Stroudenmeyer, who's the owner of the car dealership in Jasper, and he offers to help Red get back on his feet and tries rallying them because he wants them to get in touch with the FBI against Wesley.
I've got him down as Pete.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to say if you want to just use your Pete.
Yeah.
So, just trying to help.
Pete Stroudenmeyer.
That's it.
Yeah. Dalton's there as well, along with Dr. Clay. He asks Red if he can prove Wesley started the fire.
Wes didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning.
Tillman says that Wesley isn't scared of anything until last night.
Dalton actually says he wasn't afraid. He's like, fuck it then. Sorry, I thought he was. I thought he was. My mistake.
Yeah.
I apologise.
We cut to Pete's car dealership.
This is like some sort of extravaganza going on, isn't there? There's like a big sale on or something like that. That's what it looks like. It looks like he's having some sort of like jamboree.
Yeah, with those men. Those like inflatable men outside with the arms that flail.
That's right. Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know how, but Wesley's found out about this meeting. And he has one of his men. See, this is why the monster truck's in. Yeah. He drives the monster truck through the car dealership.
Yeah. And nobody thinks, that's wrong, isn't it? Nobody stops him. Nobody can stop him.
Where's the sheriff?
The sheriff's not in it until like 1 hour 44 minutes. I wrote down what time the sheriff arrives.
Someone's just driven a monster truck through the whole of the car dealership, destroyed all of the cars in there.
Yeah, in front of the entire town who seemed to be there. That's why I thought it was obviously some sort of like sale or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone witnesses this and nobody can do anything to stop it. Oh, well.
And Elizabeth, she's there. She confronts Wesley, and he reveals that the real reason why he's doing this.
What the hell is wrong with you, Brad? You lost your mind?
Hey, he's a drifter, you know. See you wind up with somebody like that. It's a shame.
This has nothing to do with him.
Well, you get him out of here, Elizabeth. Because if you don't, he's going down. And I'm not going to lose a second's sleep about it. Stratemeyer. I never thought you'd turn on me, too.
It's my town. Don't you forget it. Let's go, Jimmy.
Cut to fight training in the barn with Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton's just left during this. He's just like, fuck this, and just gone home. Because he's got a small bit of wood that he's going to be punching for a bit.
Yeah.
So that's where he goes.
Yeah, Wade recommends they both get the hell out of there.
I think he takes his shirt off for this as well, doesn't he? Dalton.
Oh, yeah.
Dalton's got no shirt on again. He's that angry, his shirt's fallen off.
Yeah, amigo. You're all fucked up, aren't you? Let's crank that thing up and head down the road. We can be gone by dawn, never see this place again.
You can leave any time you want to.
Oh, shit, kid.
He lifts himself up a rope, doesn't he? With his legs horizontal.
Yeah.
Incredible strength.
It means that Wade has to climb up a fucking ladder to
Yeah,
follow
you've got
him.
a dodgy fucking knee. Thanks, mate.
Starts hitting the punch bag, old Dalton, and Dalton tells Wade to get the fuck out of here and just leave him alone like he's a child.
Yeah. He even throws a punch at his old friend Wade, doesn't he?
Unbelievable.
Which, superbly, just catches that punch straight away. Don't throw punches at Wade Garrett.
You don't need this.
Tell me what I need. If you want to go, get the fuck out of here and leave me alone.
Yeah, you're right. I ought to stop telling you what to do. Maybe I ought to kick your ass. We don't want to do this. I'm going to tell you something else. You taught me as much as I ever taught you. I love you, mijo. I'll see you.
And he also says that you've taught me just as much as I've taught you.
Although I probably taught you a bit more, so I'm 1-0 up. I think it's what he was just thinking. You know, doesn't say it, but you can tell.
Wade tells him that he loves him and leaves, and Dalton takes his frustration out in the punch bag and ends up hugging it at the end of the scene.
Yeah, what he really wanted to do was hug Wade.
Elizabeth goes to Dalton's place that night, and she's trying to convince him to leave as well. And Dalton refuses. He says he's dealt with men like Wesley before, but they won't stop until they're taken down.
Yeah. They would just carry on and carry on. They won't stop until somebody stops them.
Elizabeth tries to tell him that the town is not his responsibility to save, and that he might be too violent for the town itself. She says, "You think you're going to save these people from Brad Wesley? Well, who's going to save them from you?"
And she's interrupted there because she's shouting that, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's giving us one of those big shouts that has to be interrupted by something. And she's interrupted by Emmett exploding in the background. His house just blows up while she's shouting at him.
Dalton, he rushes out and he carries Emmett out almost instantly. So
I tell you what, he's a lot quicker than she is. She goes back down the stairs, and I don't know whether she's lost the keys or whatever. I don't know, how difficult it is to get up there. But he's there. He's rescued Emmett. He's on the floor. He's given first aid before she even arrives.
Well, he does smash out the top story window
to
get out there.
It's open, isn't it? Yeah, look, he's even got trousers on at this point. He usually hasn't.
I love what Emmett's wearing. He's wearing the old prospector
with
undergarments,
the
isn't he?
flap at the back. Yeah, for shit.
Yeah. The house explodes again, and we see Wesley's watching from across the lake.
Yep, dressed fully as the man from Del Monte. Now he's got the hat on and everything, hasn't he? He's got the cravat, the neckerchief.
Yeah,
superb look.
And he says, Dalton says to him, "Are you okay?" And Emmett says, "I would be if you got off me," or something like
he says,
that.
You're fucking welcome.
Yeah, you old bastard.
He throws him back into the flames.
I paid you £100 for saving your life, you fuck. Anyway, Dalton hears a motorcycle, and it's Jimmy, right? I don't know why he waited this long, Jimmy.
No, he's still there, Jimmy. Yeah, the house has exploded twice. So I'm not sure why he's there thinking, I'll just wait it again and see if it'll explode one more time.
He's driving away on a motorcycle, but he does have time to stop for an evil laugh before...
That's his problem, isn't it? That evil laugh. And to his credit, it's a fantastic evil laugh. It really is. And he's used it before where he's had an evil laugh. But at this point, he really, really throws that evil laugh out there, and it's superb. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's great.
Unfortunately, having to stop his motorbike so he can laugh is exactly the time that Dalton needs to tackle him off the bike when he sets off again.
Prepare to die. You are such an asshole.
He knocks him off the bike and they square up to each other. Jimmy says, "Prepare to die."
Yeah, Dalton counters with the equally brilliant, "You're such an asshole."
Not quite as...
No, it's not really, is it? It's quite poor when it comes to preparing to fight to the death.
Yeah, and they start having a fight on the little beach there, just by the lake.
This is where I actually noticed that the kicks were shit.
Mm.
You can't kick above waist height. It can't. Anything that they duck under, they are ducking almost to the ground, so a spin kick can miss them. It's just a point, I just noticed it whilst we were going on.
He gets Dalton in a headlock, and he says, "I used to fuck guys like you in prison."
Again, a weird one.
They keep fighting again, and throws Dalton up against a tree, and he says, "Damn, boy, I thought you were good." And Dalton replies, quick as a flash, with,
"Yeah, it's clever.
Go fuck yourself."
Yeah. It's like, all the the mystical stuff that Dalton's come out with all the way through this film. It's like he just forgot all of it in this particular fight, because he's just harsh, isn't he? He's just straight to the point in all of this. There's no philosophical stuff in this.
Yeah, so he says, "Go fuck yourself," and Jimmy shouts, "I used to fuck myself in prison." And then tries a quick kick to the head.
Yeah, and he shouts, "Who didn't?" Dalton shouts that.
Was it the white boy Hatcher?
Who do it?
He gets his legs stuck between two tree branches or something.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
And Dalton grabs it, looking for the upper hand, and tries to break his leg. I don't think he succeeds. But it ends up with Jimmy pulling a gun on him. He says he's going to kill him.
He's got a bloody ankle holster.
Yeah.
Hasn't he?
Says he's going to kill him the old-fashioned way. But Dalton does a scissor kick.
Yeah.
Kicks the gun into the air just as he shoots. And sinks his fingers into Jimmy's throat and rips his fucking throat out.
Ripped out. Your throat's gone, Jimmy.
And then a round-the-house kick into the lake.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah. He kicks Jimmy's body. He doesn't round-the-house kick and fall into the lake. He round-the-house kicks Jimmy's corpse into the lake.
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
It's good, but the doc.
Well, the doc's only just got there.
Yeah, she arrived
how
now.
Slow she is.
Yeah, she's got the speed of the sloths from the critically acclaimed film Sloths. Yeah, so she gets there. Thankfully, she's not there for a shit. She is just there to see what the hell's going on.
Into the lake.
and then goes away again. No, she doesn't. No, she's horrified by the whole thing.
She tries to help Jimmy. She runs into the lake.
Well, she's a doctor. It's the Hippocratic Oath.
And she storms off, giving Dalton the stink eye.
Yeah. He's just like, what? Actually, no, he's not even bothered. Instead, what he does, rather than chase after her, saying, please, I had no choice. I had no choice. Can't you see? It was me or him. He pulled a gun on me. He actually just picks up his corpse and shouts, Wesley! He cleverly shouts, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then just sends off Jimmy's body sailing across the lake in the moonlight like a philosopher.
Wesley! 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 Fuck you!
End of scene. Next morning.
Just goes to work the next day.
Next morning, it's work.
No one's found Jimmy's corpse in the lake.
No.
No police are involved. He just goes straight to work. And he gets a call from Wesley. And Wesley tells him that he's going to be flipping a coin to see whether Wade or Elizabeth dies.
Yeah, one of them's got to die. That's it. That's how it works.
He says, hold on 1 second, puts the phone down, and Dalton's like, Wesley! Wesley! He flips the coin, has a little look, and says, sorry, I can't tell you, and puts the phone down. And soon after that, Wade staggers into the Deuce, and he's been beaten senseless.
Yeah, he's been beaten up.
He staggers in. He tells Dalton that there was only 3 of them, and they said that he was the lucky one. And Dalton immediately takes this as, my God, it's Elizabeth,
the doctor.
Dalton gets worried about Dr. Clay and tells Wade to have a beer, relax, and he's going to go and get Elizabeth. And he says Wesley's won. They're going to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, we're out of here, buddy.
Wade says, "Attaboy, mijo."
Wesley!
Dalton rushes over to the hospital, talk to Elizabeth. He says, we've got to leave. Wesley, the man is crazy. And she says, and you're not? Get the hell out of here, Dalton, and take your fucking hair with you.
Yeah, because he was leaving it, wasn't he?
Which is now, it was about 2 foot tall, to be fair, at this point.
Yeah, that's because they thought he would be bigger. So he just grew his hair out.
It's like an Elizabethan wig.
Like Marge Simpson, 7'6".
Remember you telling us that fact? Back at the Deuce, anyway. And this is the first time, and this is actually the first time I noticed his shirt. I mentioned it in my notes.
Yeah, he's wearing it again.
Yeah, he's got his bathrobe tucked into his jeans, or it's a gi.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dalton sees Wade's like sleeping on the bar.
Yeah, because he's like, I tell you what, fuck this shit. I'm out of here. If she can't be arsed with this, then I'm just going to go. Me and Wade off into the sunset on a new adventure. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Oh, yeah, like it should have been. Me and my buddy, best buddy ever. Oh.
I mean, why wouldn't you take Wade with you to the hospital?
Yeah. Well, he's been violently beaten. Surely the hospital would be the best place to go. But no, well, that's because the doctor's in a mood. She'd have refused to treat him. Even though she tried to help Jimmy after he just blew everybody up and tried to murder people. She did try and help him. But she's not bothered about Wade.
Yeah.
She's probably thinking he'd get his dick out again.
When he turns Wade over, because he's like, come on, we're going to go, stop sleeping, you fuck. Turns him over and he sees that Wade's been stabbed with the Rambo knife. Straight through the chest. He's got a note attached to it. It says, "It was Tails."
Oh, man. Wade is dead.
Dalton, he's absolutely devastated. He does some great acting here, Swayze.
Oh, yes.
Where he screams when he's touching the knife.
This is emotional.
Wesley!
Pulls the knife out of Wade's chest, and he's out of there. He's heading to Wesley's place.
And this is where it stops being a bar brawl film, isn't it, really? This is where it just goes classic Seagal action.
Turns into blood debts.
Yeah. As every film should.
Wesley's goons, they're waiting on his front lawn, just like blood debts.
Yeah.
Armed with shotguns. Dalton's Mercedes is speeding towards them, and they start opening fire on it.
Yeah, it smashes through their fence.
Yeah, does a flip through the air, blows up.
Yeah, because he's still shooting it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still shooting it. And, he's dead. Yeah, unfortunately, Dalton has died in that car crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Of course not.
No, he's not even in the car.
No, I mean, the car explodes and everything, and they still think, well, we better check he's dead. So I'm pretty sure if he's in there, he would be dead, wouldn't he?
What they find is that the accelerator pedal was fastened down with the combat knife.
Yeah.
How the fuck would he have managed that?
I'm not sure. You'd have to get out of the way pretty sharpish, wouldn't
You
you?
just see him just dragged along.
I don't know, it's different, isn't it? Park or drive.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be there wheel spinning. There's probably a bit of grass further on that's just got like marks of the tyres emblazoned into them.
I think that's in the director's cut.
Yeah. It was pointless, wouldn't it, if they just showed that?
Yeah. The guy takes the knife out of the accelerator and tells everyone that they need to go and find Dalton.
What he actually says is he takes the knife out, puts it back in his empty holster, which shows us that he owns that knife that killed Dalton. That killed Wade. And he says, "Fuck that prick." Which again is a harsh thing to say.
Yeah, which is also another one of your films, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then we follow him for a bit. This guy, he's got a shotgun. He's got his knife back in his holster.
For a brief moment, Knife Fuck is the main man of this film.
Yeah, we follow him. He discovers Terry Funk is dead. He discovers Deep Voice is dead.
Ted Levine, O'Connor.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, then he's
attacked.
Yes.
He's attacked but he's getting stalked by a man in a gi and jeans. It's a good look. A gi, jeans, and a coiffured bouffant.
Still looks great. Do you know the bit when she was shouting at him when he's got no top on before Emmett blew up? His hair's moving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a breeze and his hair's moving as one. All of his hair.
How philosophical of you, Ken.
I forgot to mention it, but I really enjoyed that his hair was blowing.
This film's rubbed off on you.
Yeah, I rubbed off on Denise.
Yeah, so Dalton...
Nipple to nipple.
Dalton, he stalks Knife Fuck and they get into a fight.
Yep, knife fight.
He ends up kicking the knife up into the air, grabs the guy by the throat, and as the knife is still in the air, he manages to grab it and stab him in the stomach with it.
Yeah, you know, like in Big Trouble in Little China, where he just catches the knife. Yeah, it's unlikely, isn't it? But it happens again here.
Tails again.
Yeah, that's what he says as he stabs him to death.
Pat the bartender decides to help out by killing this man instantly.
just making sure he's dead by shooting him in the back with a shotgun.
Yeah, he's on the balcony, isn't he, above the living room?
Yep.
Shoots him with a shotgun. Dalton with a throwing knife. I think it's the same knife.
It is the same knife. He removes it and throws it, yeah.
Straight in the stomach, falls over the railings. Classic 80s action film.
I do enjoy a good fall from height. We don't get to see it, unfortunately. We get to see him fall over, but we don't get to see him land.
And Tinker possibly gets the worst of all.
Yeah, poor old Tinker. Remember Tinker? Remember the big fat idiot? Yeah, it's Tinker. He's still there as well. How's he survived longer than anybody else?
Well, he gets a large stuffed polar bear. We're talking about the trophy room, big game hunter room. He has this in his... There's no mention of him being a hunter at all in this.
Until now.
Until now, where the room is full of stuffed animals. And he pushes a massive fucking polar bear on Tinker.
Really slowly?
Yeah.
So he could have just walked off.
Would that be that heavy if it's stuffed?
Fucking polar bear?
Yeah, but if it's stuffed...
I don't know. What are they stuffing it with?
Dreams.
Lead.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah.
I think that's the two go-to things, isn't it, for taxidermists?
It's also another one of our cop dramas that never got off the ground.
Dreams and lead.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down. It's a good one, that.
I hate this place.
He gets knocked out when the polar bear falls on him, and
I thought he died.
I thought
he'd been killed by a polar bear, a dead polar bear.
Another quip from Dalton: "You're made for each other."
Yeah, which I thought was even more pointless if he was dead.
Wesley, he enters the room and he sees that his henchmen are dead, and he starts taunting Dalton. He says,
He actually, gives a little smirk on the whole thing.
He's delighted with the whole thing.
All of his men are dead, and he's like,
yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
He says, "You found my trophy room, Dalton. The only thing that's missing is your ass."
Imagine, right?
Yes.
You've got guests. You show them around your house. And they come and have a look at your trophy room. First of all, if they're not repulsed by all the dead animals, they'll be like, "What's this one?" That's Patrick Swayze's ass. That'd be a story, wouldn't it?
And then if you got Carrie Ann there, she just fucking has an orgasm instantly.
She'd be loving it, yeah. She'd be round. No, it's just a weird thing to have on your wall. Maybe it's just my opinion.
And the other side of the wall is the rest of him.
Yeah, it's Cockleshell Bay.
Because I imagine it's hard to just taxidermy an anus.
I don't know. Any taxidermists out there? Is it? Or is it the easiest thing you could possibly imagine?
Badmoviecut@gmail.com, let us know.
So you found my trophy room, Dalton. The only thing that's missing is your ass.
He mentions that Wade was a mercy killing, taunting him, and it does taunt him enough that Dalton leaps from behind a buffalo or whatever the hell's stuffed in there.
He says, "Come on, let's just talk." Yeah, he said, "What's this all about, Dalton?" It's like, what? Sorry, Brad, you've not been paying attention to all this.
They end up fighting, and Wesley actually manages to shoot him in the shoulder.
Yeah, he does get shot, doesn't he? Yeah.
And then he starts trying to kill him with some hunting spears.
Thanks, that first spear, that's a great throw, isn't it? That doesn't even stop.
No.
That's still going as well.
And he nearly succeeds, if not for a quick kick to the knee.
Yeah, it's the knee all the time.
Last minute from Dalton. And he ends up eventually pulling out a pistol.
Yeah, from his own ankle holster.
Yeah.
He's got one. Jimmy had one. God, these bloody Wesley families and their ankle holster business.
He said, "I thought it'd be fun to kill you, Dalton. I really did. Now I just don't have the time."
I think he said fight.
Whatever.
Yeah, because he is going to kill him. He's still got time to kill him.
Dalton disarms him, though, instantly.
Yeah, because he took too long to say, "I haven't got time."
Yeah, and he's ready to tear his throat out. He's got the stance and everything, but decides against it just as Elizabeth walks in. Fuck knows why she's there.
No idea.
She should be on a
But
fucking
she's turned
work.
up. She should be, yeah.
Someone's dying in an operating theatre because she's decided to go to Wesley's fucking house.
That's the distraction, you see. So Dalton's distracted by the doc turning up. Using that distraction, Brad Wesley finds the gun that was kicked out of his hand, picks it up, and he's going to kill Dalton. He's got his sights on him, and suddenly he just gets shot by a shotgun. Brad.
Yeah, right in the fucking chest. Isn't
Yeah,
he
he just takes his chest out. Yeah, and who is it? It's Red.
Yeah, Red's here.
Red's here. Thankfully, Brad Wesley's made of sterner stuff and raises the gun again because, one shotgun blast.
In an arm that would be fucking useless at this
Laughs
point.
in the face of one shotgun blast. Only to be shotgun blasted again by Emmett. It's Emmett, who reveals himself to be Kelly LeBrock at this point.
Yeah, looks at his dick.
Yeah, and says, "Please wake up." Then he raises the gun again, does Brad Wesley. He's not having any of this, "I've been shot twice by shotguns." And he's shot again by Pete.
Pete,
the car salesman.
car dealer Pete. Turns up with a blunderbuss. Emmett did, by the way. Emmett had a blunderbuss.
From his prospecting days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Brad Wesley's not having any of this. He's thinking, look, you may shoot me 3 times, but it'll take more than that to propel me through this small glass table. And as he's about to shoot again, Tillman turns up and shotgun blasts him through the small glass table. 4 shotgun blasts.
Before he shoots him as well, he says, This is our town.
Yeah,
Don't you forget it.
Which could have actually been a problem because he's already survived 3. He could have just shot everybody in that room by that time. But he doesn't. No, he just like basically dies there and then.
Yeah.
It's a sad death, really. But it's a fucking great death.
Yeah, and obviously because we find out that Emmett is Kelly LeBrock, he does go and have a little look at his dick just to make sure.
And whilst he's having a look at Tinker's dick, Tinker wakes up. He's not dead at all. He's like, but oh, you are. Yeah, oh shit.
Yeah, just awake. And by the time the police have shown up, Red has already hidden everyone's shotguns.
Yeah, we're not sure where he went with them.
No.
Because he's still in the room, isn't he?
Tinker just throws his randomly.
Yeah, just throws it in a plant pot or something.
And then they all just feign ignorance.
Yeah, says, somebody want to tell me what the hell happened here? And everyone says, I didn't see anything. And we can name check everybody, which is how I got all their names.
Yeah.
And everyone says, I didn't see anything. Did you? So-and-so. Did you? So-and-so. Did you? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And I'm guessing in that situation, the police would just close the case immediately.
Yes.
He's a man who's been shot 4 times with different shotguns.
All of the witnesses are there.
Yeah.
One of them must have done it, but it's
or
fine.
4 of them must have done it, unless one bloke's just throwing his shotgun away and picking up another one.
Any policeman worth his salt would find those shotguns because he didn't get far, Red.
He's the sheriff as well. He's in charge of the police, and he's brought 2 deputies with him. And instead, they're just like, oh, well, I guess this is another case we'll never finish.
Yeah.
They just say, oh, whatever.
This does remind me of an actual true crime case of Ken Rex McElroy. Have you ever heard about this guy?
No.
The small town bully and was known as a felon. He had 20-odd felonies, including stuff like arson and theft and child molestation, all this sort of stuff. It was just basically just like no one in the town liked him. He shot a 70-year-old grocer in the town, got off on a bond. So he didn't get convicted of any of this child molestation or anything, any of these felonies. Got off on a bond for attempted murder of this guy. And as soon as he's off on bond, he spent the rest of his time threatening to kill this grocer again. He went into a pub with an M1 rifle with a bayonet attached to it, saying, I'm going to kill this grocer. The next day, this Ken McElroy guy was killed in broad daylight in the middle of the busiest street in the town in front of 50 people, and no one said they saw who killed him. Exactly. And this happened maybe 5-6 years before this film. So when I saw this, it reminded me of that story. That everyone just want to get rid of this fuck out of the town.
Quite right.
Yeah. So they've conspired to do it. And no one ever got charged for that killing. And they put all the blame on Tinker in this. They do not. Tinker simply, when they say, we didn't say anything, right, Tinker? He simply says, a polar bear fell on me.
Yeah, that old chestnut. It's a cast iron alibi.
Yeah, and they all start laughing.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they just shot a man to death, but they're all laughing about that.
The story ends with Cody's band playing at the Double Deuce, more successful than ever.
Yeah, there's a song, isn't there, instantly? We get Patrick Swayze nakedly diving into the lake. The doc, she's already naked in the lake.
All memories of Wade, totally forgotten.
Yeah, and they're having a picnic, aren't they? But they're nakedly swimming in the lake, and there's somebody on the shore of
yes,
the lake.
I saw it. I mentioned it. Like, what the fuck's he doing there?
And I was thinking, well, who the hell was that then with them? It's Cody, who can't see anyone's naked.
Why the fuck would they take him? And he's still playing his slide guitar.
Yeah, and then they do some splashing and everything. Then they stop splashing and have some kisses and
laughing and shit.
I mean, he might think that they've drowned or something if they've suddenly stopped making all that noise. Yeah, but what's he doing there anyway? And they're just naked in front of him because he can't see, which I think's a bit harsh.
Yeah, and the perfect song to have played this out.
Go for it.
Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now by Starship. That would have been a perfect ending song.
Yeah, sadly not.
No, it's just blind Cody giving us a bit of the blues.
Yeah.
As it plays us out through the credits and the end of the film.
It's a great film.
For all eternity, I think I will remember that icy wind that's howling in your eyes. You will see me in your time, in the wasteland of your mind. When the night comes falling from the sky. Oh, yeah. When the night comes falling. When the night comes falling from the sky. Let it fall.
I was going to say, I had a lot of fun watching this again. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it for a long, long time.
I bought it last year and watched it again last year. So I watched it again this year for this. But it's just fun, isn't it? I used to love this film.
Yeah.
I really did. I used to love this. It was just one of those films. You quote stuff in that, and obviously some of the speaking in this, the dialogue's awful.
Got a body count for you.
Okay, go on.
What do you reckon? You have a
Body count?
Like
can't
actual deaths.
Not
just injuries.
4?
8.
8? Who dies?
Henchman.
Oh, shit, yeah. Terry Funk.
Yeah, and obviously Wade.
Mm-hmm.
And some more people.
The Wesleys.
The Wesley, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Alright.
8 apparently. Again, people will probably be like, what the hell are you doing including this? But let's be honest, people. It's cheesy. It's just fun.
It is, though, yeah.
Never confuse the fact that it's not a bad movie because you enjoy it. It's still a bad movie.
No.
It's just fun, though, you know. It's not the worst. It's not Manos.
Nowhere near that shit. No, it is good fun. I enjoy this film. I've always enjoyed this film. I'll enjoy it again next time I watch it. But it's not particularly highbrow classic entertainment, is it? It's just funny bullshit.
Exactly, funny bullshit. We were going to call this the funny bullshit cult, but we decided not to.
Yeah, I love it though. I think it's just great fun. It's got everything you want. It's got fighting. It's got tits. It's got explosions. It's got guns. Monster fucking truck. Yeah, and it's got Samuel Elliott, the legendary man himself. Yeah, fuck off if you're upset about it. I was like, there you go. Have that.
Speaking of funny bullshit, let's move on to the film pitch.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So I'm thinking for the film pitch, Ken, that we follow in the footsteps of Ronda Rousey, as we so often have on this podcast.
Indeed.
And we go for a remake.
Go on.
Roadhouse 2022.
Okay, yeah. Nice. I like it.
Dalton.
Yep.
Recast. We can't have Pat Swayze.
Really? That's a shame.
No.
Why?
Not that you'd want him.
They're just low kicks, aren't they? All of them.
Yeah. So I'm thinking for Dalton, we go for
Halle Berry. She did that film, didn't she?
Catwoman.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, yeah.
No, she did that Bruised film, MMA fighter.
What's the Last Foot Soldier guy called?
Who?
The Last Foot Soldier. What's it called? Is it
Rise of the Foot Soldier?
Yeah, what's he called?
Craig Fairbrass.
Craig Fairbrass as Dalton.
Oh, yes.
You like that?
I fucking do, yeah. Yeah, okay. He's got a little bit of philosophy about him as well.
Can you do an American accent?
Does he have to?
Could set it in England.
Sorted.
Yeah,
Doesn't
there we
matter
go.
then, does it?
Cool, blimey. Guess we're going to have Dave Lee in then. Is his name Dave Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing some special kicks.
Yeah, he can be one of the patrons that gets too rowdy in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley, we need a bad guy for Wesley.
Okay, British bad guy. Richard E. Grant.
Dr. Elizabeth Doc Clay. Keira Knightley. Trying to think of British actresses.
No, not with Craig Fairbrass. Age is too much, isn't it?
How old's Craig Fairbrass?
58.
Right. Maybe not Keira Knightley then. 37.
We'll get letters, won't we?
Yeah.
Judi Dench.
Helen Mirren. Have we cast him too old? Dalton. He's 30 in this.
Okay. Fairbrass is Wade Garrett.
Yes. Keira Knightley is the Doctor.
Okay. So Craig Fairbrass is going to be Wade. Keira Knightley. So who's going to be Dalton?
I don't think of any. Matt Berry. I want Matt Berry as Tillman.
Perfect.
Yeah. Whiskey! As he's sitting at the bar.
It's got to be. I'm thinking Scott. I'm thinking.
See, all I can think of is Scott Adkins.
Yeah, I'm still thinking Scott.
Let's do it. Come on. We get him back in. He'd fucking love to do this.
We give him a couple of times off, haven't we?
Yeah.
I think he would as well.
He'd love to do it. Fucking remake a Roadhouse, or he's Dalton with a big fucking bouffant. He'd love it.
We're going to make him grow it.
Yeah.
Can we have him grow like Hard Target? Proper mullet.
He's having the feathered.
Is he going to have it? Oh, is he going to be all coiffured?
Yeah, he's going to have it like. We'd have to get him a wig if he can't produce that himself, which, it's fair enough.
I don't know. I think he can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's that talented.
Yeah, so he's Dalton.
Yeah.
Craig Fairbrass is
Wade.
It's
a cracking couple, that.
Yeah.
That's a great bit of casting.
Yeah.
We've really outdone ourselves.
Keira Knightley as the Doctor.
Yeah, and Richard E. Grant as Brad Wesley.
And Matt Berry as Tillman.
This casting alone is we're on to a winner here. Right, the end.
Not the end yet.
No, okay then, right. In that case, we need Jimmy.
Yeah.
We need a Jimmy character.
Jimmy Bennett.
The fuck is this?
Well, little bollocks himself.
I don't think so. We need somebody bigger. Sorry, Jimmy.
Can Jimmy still be in it? Maybe as Tinker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, he's in.
Or O'Connor. Got the Irish name as well. Doesn't have to change his accent.
Can we call him Mullet Pipe?
What, Jimmy Bennett?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay then.
Yeah. Can he grow a mullet, do you think?
We're going to have to get a wig in for him, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to.
No.
So it's a new character called Mullet Pipe.
Instead of O'Connor, yeah.
Yeah.
Tinker can be played by the fat guy from Game of Thrones, Sam Tarley.
Yeah. Why not?
He just looks exactly the same. That's the most realistic bit of casting.
Okay, so who plays Jimmy Wesley?
Someone that's going to look good with a tight perm and Native American jewellery.
Elijah Wood?
No.
Okay, he's got to go like head to head, hasn't he? With Scott Adkins.
Yeah.
He's got to be a fairly big fella.
Statham.
Fucking hell.
Just in a cameo? Well, just too pricey, is it?
He's not a cameo, is he, Jimmy? He's I know he's not in it that much, but he's a big character.
Mm.
No, can't have Statham, not for this one. Sorry, Jason. Carry on.
Sorry. You need to wear a mullet and some Native American jewellery. Damn it, I missed out on it.
Not this time. Who else is going about their business in the British movie industry? What about the guy from Gangs of London?
Not seen it.
He's black.
Still be his son.
Well, Richard E. Grant's son.
Mm.
Okay.
Adopted. Trained in the ways of the ninja. If you had an adopted son, it could be any nationality, really.
It'd be Jet Li then. No, what about him?
I don't know who it is.
Nor do I.
Yeah, then let's get him in. Sounds perfect.
Someone will. They can contact him. All right, I'm going to look him up then. Jesus Christ, what have got? R2G Snags, I've written there.
Oh, from Star Wars.
There he is. Right. fucking good, man. You should watch Gangs of London. I watched it originally and I was thinking, oh man, this is just ripping off the fucking Raid. It turns out it was made by the guy who made the Raid.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh, okay. Fair enough then.
Nice.
It's not the fucking first fucking actor listed here.
What about the guy from the motorcycle gang film show? Sons of Anarchy.
Chips.
There he is. Charlie.
Get a bit more current, will you? Jesus Christ.
Charlie, whatever. Hunman or something like that it's called?
Hunman. Hang on, I'm finding him. This guy fucking trained to do this shit. So. I can't even fucking pronounce his name.
Is he English?
No.
Brilliant.
Soap.
Sorry?
Soap Disiru.
What?
That's his name. All right.
Sope Dirisu.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
You happy with him?
Yep.
Do you want me to say the guy from Gangs of London and you just give me that?
Yes, because I've never seen it, but his name is.
I believe his name is. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Okay, fighter. Actor from Gangs of London.
Ooh, ooh, wow.
Oh, tip of me tongue.
Oh, yes, Gangs of... Oh, you mean Sope Dirisu?
No.
The other one.
Not him, no.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Yeah, so what else do we need? Oh, Red. Got him.
Go on him.
Red is played by Carl Weathers.
Can we call him Carl Red Weathers?
Yes.
Excellent.
Sheriff. And auto parts owner.
Yep. Is he retired, Sheriff?
Yes.
Good, because he don't turn up, does he, the Sheriff? So.
No.
All right, yep, he's in. That'll do for named. And then we just have to
Carrie
go through.
Ann.
Oh, shit, yeah. And the band, I suppose. Yeah, okay.
Can we get Stevie Wonder?
Probably.
Yeah. He'd do, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Can you play the blues?
He can play the blues like...
Blind Willie McTell.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we get him in?
Blind Willie McTell.
Is he still alive?
Bob Dylan.
Yeah. Is Blind Willie McTell still going?
Probably.
Let me see. Blind Willie McTell. He died in 1956.
Shit. Can we CGI him in like...
Oh, sorry, no, he died in 1959.
Oh.
He was born in 1898. It's unlikely he's going to be about for this.
Can we CGI him in like Star Wars?
Yes. Yes, we can.
And exactly the same film, exactly the same dialogue. We're not changing a damn thing.
Yeah, like
so maybe a bit more core
like
blimey in there.
Like the what is it, the Van Sant Psycho remake?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll just do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Carrie Ann, who could play her? She used to look at Scott Adkins' anus, so it's an important part we need to cast.
Yeah, okay. I mean, surely they'd be queuing up if we put that in the advert.
Yeah.
I'd apply for it myself. Such is that temptation.
Maybe we could be on the bouncing staff.
I think we should be.
In a little cameo.
Yeah.
And Terry Funk reprises his role.
I was going to say, I wanted to be Terry Funk. I want to be... I want to be like Tackleberry in the Police Academy films. I want to be like him.
What, dead?
Yeah.
Okay, then. We'll see what we can do.
If possible, yeah, please. I'm the dead bouncer.
I like the flying corpse. A nice callback. You can still wear your gold mask.
Yeah, and they use me. When they have to, like, barricade themselves in or something.
Yeah, like, and basically, Dalton will give a little. You know, how he does the nod to the bouncers. He'll look at you and nod, and it cuts to you just you just on the bar like Wade was at the end of the fucking first film.
Perfect. That's me done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who are you going to be?
Me, I'm going to be.
Senor question mark face.
Yeah, you don't know who I am. I could be anybody.
And you frequently are.
Yeah.
That's on your business card.
I'm going to play the Keith David character. I'm just telling everyone there's no alcohol.
Yeah, we're running out of whiskey.
After, like, the flight, your bouncer is just constantly on the bar to serve drinks around him.
I'm dead, aren't I?
Yeah.
That's what happens. Should really have kept me on the payroll, to be honest. Unless I was employed when already dead. In which case, whoever's doing the hiring's awful.
Do we want to? Are we going to keep the anus thing in with Scott Adkins for the female fans, or are we going to?
Okay. Right, there's a difference between seeing buttocks and anus. Okay, there is. I've looked into it.
Go on.
And there is. I think if you market buttocks, then you're going to sell. If you market an anus, you're in trouble.
Your Honour.
Yeah, I've done some studies. I've got spreadsheets.
Oh, dear me.
Exactly.
So, yes, we are leaving the scene in. Is that what you're telling me?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, but we'll market it as buttocks.
And same ending with the big game hunter room and the spears and the shotguns and all that sort of shit.
Yeah. Except he's shot by 6 people.
Yeah.
Until the last one blows his head clean off his shoulders.
And that's Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Turning up with these deputies, also played by us.
Yeah. Fine and dandy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even in the film until that last minute.
Yeah, and he's still just... he's actually retired sheriff. But
yeah, but he finds his badge. When it all goes to shit, he finds his badge in his drawer. And he puts it back on.
One last time.
Yeah, and says, looks like somebody better take this.
Someone needs to take out the trash.
Yeah, he actually says the tagline out loud.
Yeah.
Roadhouse, he says.
And then everyone poses in a freeze frame.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, and then the music comes on. Roadhouse Blues by The Doors. What do you think?
What do I think? I think that's fucking superb.
I think we're onto a surefire winner. It's the cast that does it.
Yeah.
It's the cast that this film deserves.
And it's the cast that it's going to get. Right, you get on to Carl Weathers. Make sure that he's down with this. Everything's kosher.
He's in the other room, so I'll just go and mention it to him now.
And for God's sake, just double check with Adkins that he's all right showing his anus. I'll say thank you, as always, to my co-host, Ken B. Wild.
Thank you very much indeed.
So what did you think to this week's episode? What do you think to this week's film? It was Roadhouse, of course it was. Where does this rank amongst your action films from the 80s? What about his hair? What about his anus? What did you think? Let us know. Email address, badmoviecult@gmail.com. You alright?
Yeah, carry on.
You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Anywhere there's social media, you'll find us. At Bad Movie Cult, usually. Give us a little search and you'll find us. If you want to discuss this week's episode with other cult members, you can. You simply need to search Bad Movie Cult Discussion Group on Facebook. All links will be available in the show notes. If you'd like to support the podcast, simply leave us an Apple Podcast rating or review, and you can also do that on Spotify as well now, and you can similarly do it on Good Pods. It's a massive help in getting us found by new listeners and keeping the podcast going. You can find all previous episodes as well as written reviews of films not covered on this podcast on our website, www.badmoviecult.com. We're going to be back. We're going to be back sooner than you think. In a week's time, probably. I don't know. Ken, when are we going to be back?
Not a clue. I don't know what we're doing.
Me neither.
I don't even know we were recording this.
Shit. Well, anyway, you'll hear us next time, no doubt. We'll be back with another movie review, deep dive, and film pitch right here on the Bad Movie Cult podcast.
Woohoo! Yeah! just didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning.